see, where's my remote? Oh, you're first, Matthew. Hello. Hello. Sorry, I'm so late today. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I fell asleep for a nap and I thought it was gonna be 2.5 hours and it ended up being 4. So I was like rushing to get here. Rated Frog, Ernest, hello. Jamie, yep, I know, very late. My apologies. Sorry, guys. Oh, yeah, I was so tired today. I needed to get caught up on sleep. And I laid down to take a nap. And I napped from like 3:30 to 7:30. And I was like, oh shoot, I'm gonna be so late for my live at 8. So, but I'm here, I made it. All right, I'm gonna turn on the Commanders Seahawks game. Also, how about that Vikings game in Detroit today? That was so crazy. Rated Frog says, LOL, JK, I'm playing Xbox right now. Nice. What are you playing? What game are you playing? Rated Frog. All right. I'm gonna watch the key plays from, ooh, Washington is getting smoked. No. Are they? Okay. Destiny 2. I know, that game was so exciting. All the, like, from beginning to end, the Vikings Lions game. And that was, so I'm actually rooting for the Detroit Lions to win the Super Bowl this year. But if they're playing the Vikings, I have to root for the Vikings. So I felt bad for the Lions, but I was very happy for the Vikings, especially for JJ McCarthy. So that was cool. Hi, Kevin. Jamie Hubler, yes, cozy naps. I'm in the cozy November vibe right now. I told myself heading into November, honestly, I need a low-key schedule. I do not want to be doing like tons of activities. I just feel like I hit my limit in kind of like all summer and then September and October, and I know that December is gonna be a crazy busy month. It's weird to say that Christmas is next month now that we're here in November. So yeah, I'm taking November as my very low-key, kind of like a hibernation month so that I'm getting fully prepared for December. Okay, Rich with all the member emojis. Kevin thinks the Buffalo Bills will win the Super Bowl. Okay. Matthew Clark is asking, what kind of snacks are your football favorites? I love any kind of chips and dip where it's corn tortilla chips with salsa or guacamole. I love hummus, like a nice hummus tray where you've got cucumber, zucchini, carrots, and then you've got like hummus, baba ganoush. What's another dip you could do that's kind of like Mediterranean? Those are the two that come to mind. Yeah, any kind of chips and dip, and then I love potato chips. I love popcorn, like the nice savory snacks. Those are my favorite for football. NC, happy Sunday, Miss Valedictorian. Thank you so much. NC, happy Sunday. How are you? Pascal Jerome, low-key schedule. I like that. Great. Perfect. Yeah, I feel like my body's like, please, for the love of God, take time on your weekends to relax. I feel like I've been super booked up on my weekends. I've been super busy on my weeknights. And it's time to just be like, okay, I really honestly like don't want to do a lot in November in terms of just like extra activities. I still have things planned. Like I have outings planned. I know I'm going to see certain friends, whatever, but oh my God, I was feeling really like burnt and tired for the last few months. So it's like no November, like no November. I do not want to be doing a lot of extra things. I want to like maximize my sleep, maximize time to just recharge on my weekends. I haven't been able to do a good deep clean of my home, which also really bothers me because it's like you can kind of see like the dust and just something that needs like a good scrub. And I'm like, okay, this is my month. I'm taking it for myself with minimal obligations. I really need this. Looking hydrated, thank you, NC. I did drink a lot of water today. Back to the Future, I'm doing good. How are you? I'm very happy with the Vikings win today. Ooh, Kevin, I love this question. Okay, Kevin is asking, when do you put up your Christmas decorations? I'm planning to put up my Christmas decorations the weekend of Thanksgiving. I'm actually planning to put up some of my decorations when I do my 24-hour live stream the very end of this month now, which is crazy to say. Now we've made it to November. I'm gonna be doing a 24-hour live stream at the end of this month. I also need to give you guys a trivia question. Okay, sorry. Tip Top Health. Hello, hello. Congrats on the dub today. Yeah, Vikings did so good. Jamie says, love the fireplace. Sharice Brewster is here. Thank you, Maine. Thank you. Marion Edie. Sharice Brewster, thank you. Yes, I had to represent the Vikings because they did so good today. They looked amazing. And they were playing away at Ford Field in Detroit. And I love the Lions, and they've looked really good today. So I was like, whoa. And it was JJ McCarthy's first, like our quarterback's first game back after being out for weeks on an injury. It was such a fun game to watch. And also Tom Brady was commentating. I was like, this is a 10 out of 10 game from both the player and gameplay side and then also the commentary, because I love listening to Tom Brady analyze gameplay. Naive Soul. W Hard Worker, thank you. Kevin, I like chocolate too much. Halloween is a dangerous time for me. Yep, same. I love Halloween. I had one Reese's cup like pumpkin at the end of Halloween. Vishal, David Gomez, I love football. Yes. How to keep bed sheets clean. Pascal Jerome, Sharice Brewster, Ritesh, Joseph Wallace, go Vike Queens. Haha, nice. All right, let me plug in the trivia question before I forget. Ooh, you guys, I'm coming off a 4-hour nap, so I'm kind of like, what is life? What is going on? I'm going Movember. Oh, is that Mustache November? Okay, guess my favorite thing to buy on Black Friday, since Black Friday is this month, you guys. Is it? All right, I'm just gonna type them in. Hate when it feels like tech is not cooperating with you. Boom. Okay, trivia question is in. Take a guess, see if you can get it right. Rupert Bishop, hello, good evening to you. Jacoby, I'm just hanging out here. I do have some dinner here with me. I made some tofu scramble with quinoa. It's my go-to meal. I eat it almost every single day. And I also put some sriracha on the top of it. So this is my dinner. Oh, Sam Darnold. I love Sam Darnold. I'm watching the Seahawks versus the Washington Commanders. Looks like they're playing in Washington. Yeah, they're in Washington. Faux show. Thank you, Back to the Future. Smash that like button by double tapping your screen. Bobby McMillan, you have the runner's frame, so I feel like shoes. I am a runner. You aren't correct. And I don't recognize your username, Bobby, so in case you're new, I do feature a decent amount of running content on my channel. I've run 3 marathons. I've run like 2 half marathons, I think. I've done a 10-mile run a few times, And my most recent post was, I think I did a long form video and a short video of a 10-mile race that I ran here in the Minneapolis-St. Paul Twin Cities metro area. It was the beginning of October. It was basically like a month ago, almost like to the date. But I am a long distance runner. And I love me some good new running shoes. And I'm also due for some new running shoes. Kyle Stewart, Lions Nation. I'm telling you, I want the Lions to win the Super Bowl. So I was rooting for the Vikings today because the Vikings were playing the Lions. But in most cases, if I'm watching the Lions play a game, I'm rooting for them to win. So I did feel bad for them. But I was happy for the Vikings. We needed a win. We've had a pretty bad streak of games that have not been fun to watch. Oh, dang. You guys, I'm watching the recap of this Seahawks. Watching White do his end zone celebration. This game is bad. 27-0 at home. Ooh, for the Commanders. David Gomez, nope, I do not drink alcohol on my live streams. There's just things in general I don't do on my live streams. I don't swear. I don't drink alcohol. I don't do any adult anything. Everything is family, child friendly. I don't discuss my political views. I don't give away personal identifying information. I don't talk about my romantic life on here. And I don't talk about my religious views. Bobby McMillan, fellow Vikings fan here. Nice. Are you based in Minnesota? Bobby McMillan, Skol, yes. What a game today. I was so happy for them. Kevin, I usually wait till after November 11th, which is Remembrance Day here in Canada. I want to say that's our Veterans Day here in the United States. Let me just pull this up. Veterans Day. I can never remember when it is. I don't know if it's the same date every year. I feel like it's this. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Veterans Day. Let's just type in Veterans Day USA. Federal holiday, it's observed annually on November 11th. So that's the same as you guys up in Canada. David Gomez, who did the Vikings play against? We played the Lions. The Detroit Lions at Detroit. And I love Ford Field. I would love, honestly, to go to a football game in Detroit. And the Vikings looked great. Peyton W13, thank you very much. I'm just getting caught up on comments here. So give me a moment, I'll read your comment. William Berry, good to see you. Sam Onyekwere, I used to be a soccer player, yes. I played from age like 4 all the way through college. So yes, I did many sports as a child. Who else? Matthew Clark says, Hannah is a medal winning runner. I appreciate it. I'm not out here winning any of these races. I run purely for the enjoyment of it. I really do love spending my time, some of my free time out running. I find it very peaceful. When people ask me if I meditate, I say no, but I find that like when I'm out running, I don't listen to music for several reasons. I like to be aware of my surroundings. I don't want to get hit by a car. There's also wildlife that I've had a few close encounters with wildlife, so it's just I like to be unplugged when I'm out running. But also it's like the things you think about on a long run, because if I go out for a run, say it's like 6 miles, 7 miles, I mean, that's like, for me, it takes over an hour to complete like a 7-mile run. So it's like you're thinking, you think of a lot of things, like you see people, you're thinking about your day, you're thinking about tomorrow, you're thinking about what you're gonna eat after your run to recover, you're going through what you did that day, you're you're thinking, like you're assessing like, oh, my knee is feeling a little stiff, or oh, my calf feels a little stiff. And so it's just, I enjoy the kind of the, not meditative state, but it's just, you're kind of, it just forces you to kind of be like in your head thinking, because you're not going to be talking on a run. I don't enjoy group runs that much, but anyways, I forget how I got on that tangent. I think it was Matthew Clark who said Hannah's a medal winning runner. I just love running. It's my favorite way to exercise. Pascal Jerome, can we eat ice cream together, I think is what you meant to say. Johnny, so happy the Bills beat the Chiefs. Oh, dang, I didn't see that. I got the notification that they were playing each other, and I was probably napping when that game happened. Excuse me. But I am happy about that, because I actually wish I would have seen that game, because I would say the Bills are my second team that I'm like, if I had to like root for a team or predict a team that's going to win the Super Bowl this year, it would be between the Lions and the Bills. So congrats to the Bills. William Berry, I'm picking running shoes. Also, Reaper, I saw you giving gifts, and those floated up in the chat. So I want to say thank you so much to you. Wow, you guys, it's weird writing 11. I like to write the date for my notes. 11/2/2025, Reaper gift. Thank you so much. William Berry guessed running shoes in the poll. Jamie Hubler, size 7. Matthew Clark, my Bengals are cooked. Yeah. I mean, is there any chance that there's Joe Flacco, who they're calling Joe 2.0. Is there any chance that Joe Burrow is coming back this season? Any update on that? Because I'm like, I've seen him on the sidelines, which it's felt kind of like, oh, is he coming back soon? Because he's like right there on the sideline, like walking around, mic'd up, being part of the sideline crew. But I'm like, it's also I think it was a broken toe. So it's not like those heal in 2 seconds. Ice cream is here. Jamie Hubler says loves Brad Pitt. Right of Rock, I can't imagine you cursing. I do. I have blooper videos I've posted on my channel for members. So I would say like I do swear in certain circumstances, but that's not, it's like I do treat YouTube like a job, because it is a job for me. And it's like I can't go into my 9 to 5 swearing, because like I would lose my job. And it's not quite the same for YouTube, but it's like I still try to be professional on YouTube to a certain extent, and I'm not, yes, it's like a creative space and you can do a lot of different things on YouTube, but I'm just not trying to show up on YouTube swearing left and right, or at all if I can help it. If I do, I tend to bleep out the swear word. Antonio Anthony is here. Marion, hello. Ice Cream Sam. Why are most football teams named after wildlife animals? I don't know if it's most, but I mean, I would say it has to do something with like the animals that are native to the region, like where the team is based. And see, oh, Ernest Grass, thank you for the gift. I saw that floating heart come up in the chat. New Jersey, actually, but been to Minneapolis a bunch. Love the area. Nice. Yes, Bobby. I love Minneapolis so much. I'm born and raised here. I feel like there's still a stigma attached to Minneapolis because of what went down in 2020. Just like the insanity, the riots, the looting, the burning, all of it. But honestly, I mean, there's still, like, in the metro area, like, as a whole, like, there's still millions of people who live here. Like, live here, have their families here, you know, send their kids to school here, work here, whatever. So it's like, yeah, you know, we're a city like any other, and we've had our issues, but it's honestly a really great place. Like, many of us, we're still here, living our lives. Reaper says hi to Back to the Future. And see, I like being in tune with my body when I'm running. Same. I know a lot of people like to listen. They have like their motivation music, or they listen to podcasts, or they listen to the news. I personally I prefer I don't really want to have to rely on audio of any kind to like motivate to run or have to lean on it and use it as a almost like a crutch. But yeah, I love being in tune with like, because I can tell there's some runs where I'm like, oh my God, I feel light as a feather. I'm running super fast. I feel like I'm not breathing really hard. I feel well fueled. I feel amazing. And then there's other runs where it's like, oh, I feel stiff. I feel tired. I feel hungry. Or I say I ate like a really heavy meal earlier in the day just because, like, that'll definitely affect how I feel during the run. Yeah, I can think of the very, very good runs where I'm like, man, that was amazing. I felt 10 out of 10. And other runs where I was just like, this is a miserable slog. I am uncomfortable. I'm looking forward to this being done. But I'll still do it. But like, not all runs are the same vibe. Ice Cream says, I run for 20 minutes max to not lose muscle. I hit sprints. Nice. The best deer hunter. I love Justin Jefferson. Yes, he did so good today in Detroit. William Berry. She ran 10 miles and wasn't even sweating or breathing hard at the 7-mile mark. I mean, to be fair, I was like in some of the clips, you can definitely see there's like a sweaty sheen on my face. So I was sweating. I think what helped with like minimal sweating was it was like early in the morning. I think the race started at like 7 or 8. It was super early and it was pretty cold at the beginning. It was like morning, sunrise, breezy, October morning. So that, you know, it's not like I was cooking out there in hot weather, but I was sweating a little bit. Shaika is here. Munyan Tez. Hello. Ice cream. LOL, ice cream together, says Jamie. Ice cream, I've been doing more ace skips these days because sprinting a lot makes me have to sleep more. Makes sense. Shaika, I was waiting 1 hour ago for the live. Okay. Ernest sent the floating heart. Wee. Reaper sent a bunch of happy poops. Amazing. Love it. Tommy Brown Jr. is guessing new running shoes for the poll question. Wow, that's got like 50% of the votes. Nice. Me is here. Burrow is not coming back. Are you kidding me? Is Burrow coming back this season? I mean, now that I think about it, we're already in November. What I just typed into Google, though, I'm getting Google Gemini, again, this is AI, so it might not be perfectly correct, but it says, yes, Joe Burrow is on track to return this season. The current timeline is pointing to a mid-December return after recovering from a turf toe surgery. Oh, dang. Jeez. Reports indicate he's doing well and has not had any setbacks, but he will likely return only in the final weeks of the regular season. Dang. That is so rough for them, because when you think about how late it is in the season, that sucks. Shoe size 7, Jamie. No, my shoe size is not 7. It's 8. Matthew Clark, if I were the Bengals, I would keep Joe Flacco and the rest of the season and let Joe Burrow heal all the way up. Gotcha. Bobby McMillan, also just have to say you're gorgeous and love your energy. We should go catch a game when I'm back in Minnesota and do a long run. I have a rule that I don't meet up with people from the internet for common sense reasons, although I'm sure you're a perfectly normal person, Bobby McMillan. I appreciate it, and I'm happy that you have a good impression of Minneapolis and Minnesota, because it is a great place. I really try to sing the praises of Minnesota. I know I'm biased, but it really is such a wonderful place to live, and I feel like, I don't know, like still a lot of people think of us as flyover country. Like a lot of coastal people from the big cities are just like, okay, there's like Chicago and maybe Kansas City to catch a Chiefs game, but other than that, meh, why even bother heading up to Minnesota? So cheers, Bobby. I appreciate it. Jamie Hubler, Tommy Brown, Rated Frog, Pascal, LOL, friend's little brother run again, city bus? Terminal from terminal. Wow. The Minnesota Hannahs, says NC. Jorge Villanera. What do I have to do to win your American heart? Being Peruvian. NC, exactly same here. Bathroom Boy, Jamal Green, Cannabis, welcome back. Thank you, Back to the Future, who is saying, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Yes, if you feel like it, you don't have to, but I'd love it if you subscribed and yeah, just we're a part of this channel community. Oh my gosh. Wait, Washington got a field or a touchdown. They're on the board, guys. Thank God. All right. Also, I'm reading earlier comments on my phone. NC, I don't think I read this out loud. You mentioned it earlier. There must be a serious Black Friday sale on Nescafe pods every year. This is true, at least in the past. There have been really good sales. All right. Oh, this sriracha's making my nose run a little bit. Ray, OMG. Okay, sorry to hear that. Your comments must be hitting the what is it? Like the shadow ban. Like I've banned certain words. But Ray, hope you're doing well. Sorry that your comments are getting caught in the filter. I hope you've been able to get a ton of sleep this weekend. SM, wait, Hannah, did you do another 10-mile race already? No. Maybe you rolled in when I was mid-comment, but no. I had my one 10-mile race that I did at the beginning of October, so almost a month ago now. And I am not, like, I don't have any other races on my calendar for 2025. I still run about 4 days a week, just because I love having that in my routine. I feel at my very best and I sleep my very best when I run regularly. And I also just like, there's something about knowing that you have ongoing, really solid cardio endurance. Like, if for any reason I needed to just run for an extended period of time, say I needed to like run away from something, or I needed to rush and catch a bus and I was super late, or run and catch a lift, like I know I'm able to run for a very long period of time, and I do have like decent cardio. And see, I think that's why professional athletes have a very strict routine before they play, because it directly affects their performance when playing. Yes. Actually, NC, your comment is making me think about something from the Vikings-Lions game earlier today. They were showing, like in the lead up to the game, the Vikings quarterback, JJ McCarthy, he's really big on visualization, and they showed him, he was all by himself, 2.5 hours before kickoff, the only person in the stadium. He was like sitting on the bench, just like in his warm-up coat, and he was just like sitting there looking at the field, and just like people were saying like this is how he meditates. This, like Tom Brady was commentating about how he was like, JJ McCarthy is someone who likes to like get to the field early, sit and like visualize himself on the field playing. I was like, that is so cool. And they were just like panning in, like showing the footage of him from before the game started. And I was like, that is really cool. And I mean, clearly it worked for him in high school because he crushed it in high school. Clearly it worked for him in college when he was at Michigan because he crushed it at Michigan. And I'm like, dude, this kid is so young. I feel like he's just so ahead of the game. Yeah. I'm very impressed with JJ McCarthy. Everything I've heard of him, seen him do so far. Also just became a dad. Was it like a month or two ago? It was this season, which is very sweet. How old is he, by the way? I mean, I feel like he's got to be, what, 24? JJ McCarthy age. But, you know, to your comment, NC, about just like routine and professional athletes, they're very meticulous, obviously, because like their performance and their careers depend on their body and their performance. Like they have to be on point. And I loved seeing JJ McCarthy at Ford Field hours before the game, just sitting there alone on the bench, visualizing the game and like, you know, thinking about the game that was gonna start in a little bit. Nikki Hart's Cars. I live in Stillwater. I love Stillwater. That is one of my favorite cities in Minnesota. Silver Star, hello. Ritesh Eli Magallanes says go Broncos. Ice cream. I don't have the distance runner build, so I never run more than 20. Pascal Drum, are you polite with AI? Funny enough, yes. Whenever I'm asking ChatGPT to do something for me, I will oftentimes ask it like, could you please, or could you, or I'll say like, thank you once I get my answer from ChatGPT, and I'm like, this is a robot. Like, what am I doing? Ray, best job is here. Hello. William Berry says, to heck with those that are snobs toward the Twin Cities. What I say to that is more for us. If people want to continue thinking that we're a dump, that we're just a crime haven and it's not safe at all to live here and it's a terrible place and it's just like lawless and horrible, that is so false. And I'm like, hey, more for us here to enjoy. If anything, I guess it means we're not going to be flooded with people moving here. And that's, I mean, I think it's a great place to live, but if people, I don't think people are like universally bashing Minnesota and just saying it's a terrible place, but I don't think it's a super desirable place compared to other cities like Nashville or Chicago or New York, or I feel like a lot of people are moving to Austin, Texas. That's been kind of a hub lately. Yeah, if we continue to, I feel like if anything that's like honestly like a really wonderful thing continues to kind of fly under the radar or is underrated, I'm like, hey, whatever. I'll just keep enjoying it here. Back to the Future says hi to Ray. Yep. Ice cream, this is tofu scramble with quinoa. So it's similar to your guess. Like this is like a starch with a protein scramble, but it's tofu and quinoa, not eggs with rice. SM Hannah, have you ever made a black bean? Oh my God, yes. Yes, I have. SM, please go to my channel at some point and search through my videos and type in black bean brownies. I made them at some point last year. I love black bean brownies, and the recipe that I used has 1 full can of black beans, which is amazing. It's a little weird at first because typically, like growing up, I wouldn't put beans into my brownie mixes. I would typically just have the Betty Crocker ready mixes from the store, and then you just add like an egg and some water and you stir it, you put it in the pan and bake it. So it was weird making this recipe where you're like opening up a can, like dumping a full can of black beans into your brownie batter, and you're like, that's so weird, but they're so good. And it's like, I love having like, even if it's dessert, I love when you can throw just something a little redeeming into it, like some flax meal, some, you know, pecans or walnuts, black beans, tofu, just a little something, even if it is mostly a sweet treat. NC, you're so adorable. Sorry, had to say it. Thanks, NC. I appreciate it. Best job. Thank you. I'm almost caught up. I'm getting there, guys. Tip Top Health, valid point. Distance runners can't run away from anything. Sure we can. What are you talking about? Tim Zadid, hello. Bobby McMillan, LOL. I know. That makes a lot of sense. Safety first. Yeah, I know. This is what I say. Like 99% of people on here, I am sure, I truly think are like regular, normal people. But it's like, all it takes is one very unhinged person, which is like, you just gotta have common sense on the internet. Definitely, but yes, very normal and have great taste in place and women. Nice, Bobby. I appreciate your comment. Tim Zadid, I'm doing good. I took a 4-hour nap today. It was supposed to be 2, but I was very tired. I was up very late last night because there was the daylight savings thing where we fell back an hour, so you got like a bonus hour of sleep heading into today. So I was like, oh sweet, I can stay up a little bit later because we get that extra hour. But I could still tell when I woke up, I was like, my body was like, whoa, like what? So I took a nap this afternoon for like 4 hours. So I feel very well rested. You know, I just did some cooking and cleaning today. I watched the Vikings Detroit Lions game, which was wonderful, so entertaining, so well played, super competitive, very back and forth from beginning to end, and the Vikings won. I was very, very happy for them. So I watched that, and then after that I fell asleep, and now I'm watching the Seahawks Washington Commanders game. It's not very competitive right now. They're at about halftime, went for a field goal. They just got it. And now it's 31-7. So this one isn't as competitive. All right, Ray, I got 1.2 thousand steps today. Made cookies with my little brother. Ooh, watch the tostada video. Thank you so much, Ray. Also, I'm so glad you're still here, Ray. I'm sorry that whatever you were typing before got caught in the filter. It's just I ban words and phrases based on hate comments and weird, creepy comments that I get in here, but sometimes the words and phrases can be used in ways that aren't disrespectful, so that's probably what happened. Really cool to hear about the steps that you got in today. I love making cookies, so I love to hear that. Thank you for watching the tostada video. I'm sorry to hear about the sleep. I was gonna ask you how, I mean, just like within my family, my mom recently had surgery. She had it like mid-October, and unfortunately there was just this like cluster F with her pain med prescriptions, and insurance was being really horrible. And so she kept, as crazy as this sounds, she kept running out of her, they would only prescribe her a certain chunk for a certain number of days, and then she had to keep getting like requesting more, and then it's like insurance was denying, and then she'd have to, it was just like, why is someone who just went through surgery having to go through this? So all to say, my mom was really, really struggling with her sleep in the 2 weeks following her knee surgery. I hope you weren't going through a similar thing, but I'm sure it's just because your body is healing from something, and I don't know how much like pain or soreness you've had since your surgery, but I'm sure it's just, you know, I can't imagine that it's easy to get super, super quality long sleep. That would be my guess. So I hope that you're able to get sleep soon. SM, no turkey trot for 2025? I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence because the thing is, I love doing it. It's a fun tradition. I might end up just, you know, doing it. However, Thanksgiving weekend, I'm planning to do my 24-hour live stream. I really want to be maximizing my sleep in the days leading up to the 24-hour live stream on the Sunday. It's the Saturday and Sunday of Thanksgiving weekend. And the thing with the turkey trot is like, I work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of Thanksgiving week, and then you have to get up so early on Thanksgiving morning to do the turkey trot. And I love it, but also I'm like, it's worth it, but you're also tired for Thanksgiving Day, that's like one of the downsides of doing it. So when I think about it, it's like, okay, I'll be working Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It would be really nice to sleep in on Thursday, Thanksgiving, instead of having to get up and be tired for the whole day. And then I also get up early on Black Friday. Also, that's the poll question, so vote if you haven't. So it's like, when I'm trying to be really careful with getting maximum sleep before my 24-hour live stream, because it's like, that's a long time, that's a lot to put your body through. And I've figured out at this point in my 30s, like I just can get really sick if I don't get enough sleep. So it's like in the lead up to the 24-hour live stream, I wouldn't be getting full sleep going from Wednesday into Thursday. I wouldn't be getting full sleep going Thursday, Thanksgiving into Black Friday, because I like to get up early for Black Friday shopping. And then Friday to Saturday, like Saturday is when I'm going to start the 24-hour live stream. So it's like, Oh, I don't know. I might just do like my own 5K. Just because I'm planning to do the 24-hour live stream, and I want to be like putting up my Christmas tree. I want to be on my feet doing stuff on the 24-hour live. And so I don't know if I want to get burned 2 nights in a row not getting adequate sleep heading into a 24-hour live stream, because that for me in this body where I need a ton of sleep to stay healthy and to stay functional, like back to back potentially bad nights of sleep or short nights of sleep that's like a recipe for getting sick. I know, I'm on the fence. I'm very, very torn about the Turkey Trot 5K. I'm still thinking about it. So we'll see. Let's see. Thank you so much, Matthew Clark. I saw your, sorry to be chatting with my mouth full. I'm reading your comment here. $6.80 to fill up with diesel fuel. Dang. That's so expensive. Oh my gosh. $6.80 to fill up with diesel fuel. Would much rather $20 to fill both 100-gallon tanks and $6.80 to I appreciate it so much. Wow. Wowza. I respect the hustle and how hard you work driving trucks all over the country. Safe travels on the road. And thank you so much for the donation, Matthew. Very kind of you. Wow. I never even think about diesel because it's like, I don't put it in my cars whenever I'm driving around, whether it's a rental or, mine or my parents, whatever. I was driving my uncle's up when I was up in Duluth not too long ago. And, yeah, I tend to look at the like ethanol regular one for like the regular cars, and that's wild. But also too, I mean, the gas tank has to be massive. I know nothing about, I know next to nothing about trucks, like the trucks that you're driving, Matthew. So I guess it makes sense when you think about how much it costs to fill up a tank for a Honda Civic or a regular civilian car, not a truck, but dang. I appreciate you, Matthew. Thank you so much. Gotta write you down. Ooh, I'm watching they're showing some clips from the press conference after the Bills-Chiefs game. Wow. Ooh, 28-21. Mahomes versus Allen. Okay. All right. Matthew equals super chat. All right. Let's see if I can at some point get caught up on this chat. Apologies, guys. Also, I wanted to say too, this is probably gonna be like the last live stream you see with pumpkin earrings. I'm gonna switch back to my Christmas earrings, and I'm probably gonna put Ghoulbert and the pumpkin away and my witch pillow. And also, I've got Cornelius here. I made just like some homemade horchata. This is almond milk with some pumpkin spice. But yes, I'm planning on putting my spooky stuff away and making the transition more to holiday decor, because my spirit has very much been in Christmas land, even pre-Halloween. Like, I'm already feeling the Christmas season. Okay, Alexander Lapp, great to see you. Thank you so much. Dang it. Sorry, I am so behind. Ice Cream, Tip Top Health, Nikki Hearts Cars, David Gomez, I'm eating tofu and quinoa. Ray says you could see them before, but they were getting deleted after they went through. Interesting. What game is the jersey for? So Tim Zadid, the Vikings were playing the Detroit Lions earlier today at Detroit, at Ford Field, and they won. So, Wacko for Flacco is what they were just showing. They're showing the highlights from the Bengals game right here. Wow. Wait, did they not win this game? Because these highlights are nuts. Good job, Joe Flacco. What was the score? Show the score. How do they do? Dang it. NC, playing it all out in his head, really cool. Oh boy, I'm way behind. Yabba Dabba Doo. Hello. Oh my gosh, Yabba Dabba Doo. Please, please, please tell us about your week-long, like 3-night Halloween hootenanny in the Highlands. I need to hear about this. Please share. Hannah, there's nothing more that I like doing than going for a walk, sitting down and listening to and watching nature, singing the sound of silence to myself. Yes, yes. It's such a wonderful, meditative, peaceful, yes, it's like a little sad, but I love that vibe. Ray, I don't know why it happens myself, but Hannah has banned certain words. Jamie, wow, 12 to 14 hours of sleep. Sleep well, Jamie. I love the sound of that. 12 to 14 hours of sleep. Abi Zane, Ben, Vikings. Yes, the Vikings did win today. Thank you. Pro tip, if you're rude to ChatGPT, it'll give you better answers. Really? Ooh, I love that. Okay. Ben, yes. Vikings beat the Lions. Oh, dang. Okay. Let's see. Guto Kowalski. Hello, Guto Kowalski. Hey, Hannah Darnold. How long? Doing good. How are you? Chris says, boo Vikings. Let's go Bills. Okay. David Gomez. Food is cold at this point. Cactus Abe. I bought $200 worth of candy and the kids didn't show up. Man, that is really sad. I'm sorry to hear that. William Barry, do you ride snowmobiles in the wintertime? I've never, ever, ever ridden on a snowmobile before. Oh my God, this is savage. What is going on here? Anyways, I've never been on a snowmobile, but I would love to, William Barry. I would love to own a snowmobile at one point because I love winter and I love being out in the snow. Alexander, Rated Frog, Hannah, is that quinoa? Yes. Pascal Jerome, Jungle Thriving, what it do, y'all? Rated Frog says, I did 14,000 steps today. Jungle Thriving, hope you're doing well. Rocking with Cowboy, people rolling in here. Sorry, I'm behind in the chat. I've gone off on a few tangents, so yeah, I need to bring it back. Guto Kowalski, I saw your video at that abandoned mall in Brazil. Companies are still building new malls everywhere. That's wild. Yeah, I think my prediction for the future is there's just gonna be like a new model of shopping mall where instead of it being a standalone massive place that you drive to out in the suburbs and park your car and walk around in, I think it's gonna be more like city center style where there's like apartments, townhomes, condos that are built above, and then people living in the whole block can go down and shop at the mall. And then, you know, there's like street level shops. I think that's the way that you keep malls going in the 21st century, 2025 and into the future. Charisse Brewster, Ray, Jungle Thriving, did any trick-or-treaters come to the house? So many. This was one of our best years ever. I was so happy. I mean, I feel like it's hit or miss. Also, we didn't have the best weather on Halloween this year. It was gray, it was rainy, it was cold. I don't know if it rained in the evening though. I think it rained in the morning of Halloween. It did, yes. It actually did rain on Halloween day. Because I was out and about during the day and I was like, oh, this is like not ideal weather for trick-or-treaters, and that can kind of, you know, make some people maybe not go out for as long, but there were so many trick-or-treaters. So it was, that like makes me so happy when you see a lot of kids out trick-or-treating. Charisse Brewster, Egg Shen, yes. Crystal Atwell, thank you so much. Yes, I got my pumpkin earrings. I'm planning on retiring them for the next 12 months until we come back around to October or September next year. We'll see. I could maybe, you know, break these out a few times in November though. CJ McCrae, great to see you. How have you been? Charisse Brewster, ice cream. I've been making peanut butter sandwiches instead of forgetting to eat/order on time and suffering. Okay. Ray, I don't think YouTube likes me. Well, I can see your comments okay, Ray. Leaf is here. Hello, Leaf. Guto Kowalski, it's the Dead's Day in Brazil. Yes, you guys, okay, so I'm glad you said this, Guto Kowalski. In Mexico, Dia de los Muertos, and the people celebrate dancing. Yes, I love this weekend because Friday was Halloween, yesterday was All Saints Day, and today is All Souls Day. So pray for the souls that are still in purgatory, I guess if you're Catholic. But I decided I wanted to still do my pumpkin earrings and leave out the spooky stuff and have Cornelius in this live stream because I feel like this is still spooky weekend. It felt fitting to still have some Halloween stuff going on. Okay, Egg Shen, William Barry. I know the diesel fuel bill is insane. Like, that's some sticker shock looking at the price. Mr. Fulton Mraz is here. Hi, Mr. Fulton Mraz. Ray says it hurts to lay on my back still, but it's better. The bandage came off yesterday and my adhesive allergy didn't do well with that, but it's more comfortable now. Okay, that's good to hear. Again, sorry about the sleep disruption. Man, if I can't get good sleep, I just deteriorate. It's so miserable. So I'm really hoping that you're able to get good sleep soon. Charisse Brewster, ice cream, diesel is cheaper, the engines are more expensive. Mr. Fulton Mraz, I'm getting ready for my big Singing in the Rain, the musical this month. I'm playing the role of a policeman in the musical. Wonderful. Enjoy and congratulations on that, Mr. Fulton Mraz. All right. Lily is here. Alexander, if you just run on your own, you will save on the entry fee. I think about when I do these 5K runs, I do the turkey trot with my daughter. I know, I weigh the pros and cons of the 5Ks, and the thing is, like this year, just because I really want to load up on sleep for the 24-hour live stream over Thanksgiving weekend. Also at this point, so when you register for any type of race, if it's a 5K, a half marathon, full marathon, whatever, the earlier you register, the cheaper the price. So at this point, it's now the month of the turkey trot. So it's like the most expensive rate because it's like a last minute registration to sign up for it. And I'm like, my mileage every week is about 20 to 25 miles. And every run that I do, I run about 4 days a week. Sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 3, but on average I run 4 days a week. And every run that I do is a minimum of 4. So I run a 5K at least. I usually run more than a 5K for every single one of my training runs. And so I'm like, it's sometimes painful to be paying a $50 or $80 registration fee for something that I do every other day of the week. It's like, yeah. I kind of like, what I'm thinking of doing this Thanksgiving, instead of signing up for the turkey trot, I'm thinking maybe just like let myself sleep in, go for a quick run, get a run in on Thanksgiving. It's just, I won't be part of that official race. And then come back, get ready, and then celebrate Thanksgiving at my parents' house. That's more the vibe I'm going for. Danielle, great to see you. Thanks for joining. I'm getting caught up on the comments. Apologies, everybody. Purple Saturn is gonna try and count the freckles. Okay. Matthew says, yeah, 2,000, holy moly, 2,100 gallon tanks and a 20 gallon, oh my God. $2,000 to $2,500 a week. Wow, that is crazy. Saiku, Suwane, hello, and DJ David, I see you. William Barry, supermarket horchata is better than authentic horchata. And the thing is, I just kind of whiz it up myself. This is nothing fancy. It's literally just almond breeze, almond milk, and some pumpkin spice, and then I just froth it a little bit with a fork and call it a horchata. So yeah, it's a pretty basic horchata. Pretty basic, non-dairy horchata. Nice to hear you're getting better, Ray. Yep, ditto to that. Pascal Jerome, yeah, Christmas earrings, wow. Mike, hello, 68-yard record-breaking field goal today. Is that what I was seeing? Is it the Jacksonville Jaguars who kicked that? Because they showed a highlight of it, and I was like, whoa, everybody was going nuts. Back to the Future, William Berry, that definitely is a scam. Boo for deaf. Matthew Clark, deaf is pointless, just causes problems. Kenmore Whitaker is here. Kenmore, hello, I'm doing good. How are you? William Berry, diesel fuel, DEF. I'm out of my lane here. DEF makes the manufacturers of it and DEF systems rich. Rich is saying the Bears beat Cincinnati 47-42, but Flacco had 470 passing yards and 4 touchdowns. Man, that's such a shame that Joe Flacco had such an epic game and yet they still did not win. But I'm happy for him that he got all those crazy stats. Bad Boy Things, hello. Chip Broadhead, ice cream, malls are cooked, grocery stores are holding up the economy. Chip Broadhead, did Jason come to visit? No. V's on the beats. Thank you very much. Wow, Alexander Lapp had 74 trick-or-treaters. I don't know if we've ever had that many trick-or-treaters in a single year. Holy moly. Daddy D, go Vikings, yes. M.A. White, great to see you. Hey, Cute Freckles is back. Is that a Ravens jersey? No. This is a Vikings jersey because I am based in Minnesota, born and raised here in Minneapolis, and the Vikings beat the Detroit Lions today. I'll be honest, it's like I support the Vikings. I want them to do well, but just I try to be a realistic viewer. And heading into the game today, I thought the Lions were gonna, I don't know if I thought they were gonna cream us, but I was concerned for the Vikings. So I was very pleasantly surprised at how we played, and it was also away. So it was really fun. It was such a fun game to watch, beginning to end. Chip Broadhead, what's Jason's favorite Halloween treat? Ooh, tell us. This sounds like a joke. Your fave Mexican Commanders are getting crushed. I know, 31-7. Yeah, this game is not competitive. Hoot 83. My pumpkin just moved. Ooh. Chip Broadhead, Back to the Future. Duke is here. Minnesota loved this win tonight. Ray says, I get up every 2 hours. Oh, man. Oh, I'm so sorry. That is rough. You're basically just having to get a string of naps instead of like a full block of sleep like overnight. Shoot. I get up every 2 hours to walk laps around the hours 24/7 currently, so I don't get more than 2-hour intervals of sleep. But by the time I'm asleep, it's about an hour of sleep. Okay. Wow. Oh, I think of that quote. I think is it Gandalf from Lord of the Rings? But it's like, this too shall pass. Like, this season of your life won't last forever. Eventually it will be done. But when you're in it and just wanting to be out of it, it's tough. I can think of times in my life where I'm like, I just want a return to normal. I'm very tired of this season of my life. You're like losing patience and you're just ready to get back to normal. Chip Broadhead, have turkey, baked potato, and toffee apple. Oh, why have turkey, baked potato, and toffee apple are more tasty? Ice cream. This year I was more on than off on running. Vanessa, thank you so much. I'm almost caught up, guys. Yay. Pascal Jerome, yeah, get lost with your diesel fuel. Diesel exhaust fluid. Okay, thanks, William Berry. I was like, DEF? Oof, you're losing me. Mohit Gupta, Randclip 67, Vanessa Pascal, Saki. What's the score? I believe the score is 31-7. Seahawks are beating the Commanders. Joe Ski, yes, Vikings win, Bills win, not a bad Sunday. I know, I wish I would have been able to see the Bills Chiefs game. I was like fast asleep taking a nap this afternoon, but I'm very happy to see that the Bills beat the Chiefs. Lalit Kaith is here. Lions lost to the refs again. Andrew Sabini, I need to get myself an NFL team to follow. Well, you got many to choose from. Also, Andrew, how about the Chelsea win yesterday? It wasn't the prettiest game, but I was happy for Chelsea. Ray, I hope this passes soon. Yep. I'm about to run out of the pain prescription and I'm about to be 1 week post-op. The incision is sensitive and feels like laying on a rock, but other than that, I'm great. Okay, well, I hope, I don't know about your situation, but like I was saying before, my mom recently had surgery and for some reason, she needed pain, like a pain med prescription. I don't know if she still has it since it's now about 3 weeks post-op. But she repeatedly ran out of her pain meds and then she would have to like go through these hoops to get a refill. And then in that delay, the pain would like creep up on her and then she would be in a lot of discomfort. And it was very frustrating to hear about because I'm like, why can't this be a smoother process? Why can't she just have like a continual, I get if they don't want to send someone home with like a crazy amount of prescription drugs. However, it's like the insurance difficulties and it just felt really clunky and it put her in a very uncomfortable situation. And it also has prolonged her recovery because it's been really affecting her sleep, and sleep is like the number one thing you need to heal. That's like when the body is healing and like repairing itself. So, I hope your recovery process is going smoother than my mom's because it's been really frustrating to watch. Antonio Salazar, happy Sunday. It's been a really good Sunday. Really good Sunday for football. I got a ton of sleep today. I got a 4-hour nap today. I got like some chores done. I got a little bit of cleaning done. I did some meal prep for the week. Yeah, and now I'm on this live stream. It's been like a really nice weekend, guys. I feel very refreshed. I'm very happy. How about you, Antonio? How was your weekend? How was your Sunday? Pascal Jerome, Chip Broadhead. I'm English and it's bonfire night. Yes. Oh my gosh. When is Guy Fawkes Day? Oh, it's the 5th of November. I know this. Remember the 5th of November. Cool. Okay, so that is going to be like on Wednesday? No, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. That is so cool. I remember learning about Guy Fawkes Day / bonfire night in high school. I remember thinking it was so cool. So yeah, okay, I'm not gonna Google this because I want to ask you guys as a group because it's more fun. So for those of you UK people, and I'm assuming other Commonwealth countries don't celebrate Guy Fawkes Day, but I'm not sure. But I'm guessing you guys get Guy Fawkes Day off as a holiday. Is this true? It seems like you would, but I'm curious. Any win against the Spurs is beautiful, says Andrew Sabini. Yes. The thing is, though, I do really like the coach. I love Thomas Frank. I loved Thomas Frank when he was the manager at Brentford. I low-key felt so bad for Brentford because I feel like they got picked over this season, heading into this season, by the bigger teams. They lost, I don't know if it was Ivan Toney no, it's Mbuemo. Mbuemo, I think is his name. He used to be a striker for Brentford, and now I forget what team he's on, but it's a better team. And then Thomas Frank, I think, did such a wonderful job coaching Brentford since they got promoted to the Premier League, and now he got picked by Tottenham as their manager. So I felt really bad for Brentford, having those two people get taken. They were offered great, I'm sure, wonderful contracts by the other clubs. So I do really like Thomas Frank, and I'm wanting him to do well at Tottenham because I feel like it was a huge promotion for him going from the manager of Brentford to being the manager of Tottenham. but still I wanted Chelsea to win, so I was glad that Chelsea won. All right. Lalit, I'm talking about a bunch of different games. I've been talking about the Seattle Seahawks versus the Washington Commanders, which is NFL football. Oh, we need to talk about the World Series because I was watching the Vikings game earlier today, and wait, did Washington intercept this? It's looking like it. I'm confused. Anyways, okay, we need to talk about baseball for a second, even though I don't really know what's going on, because I was watching the Minnesota Vikings versus Detroit Lions game earlier today, and I feel like when you're watching one sports game, like one type of sport, they will sometimes, like the commentators will sometimes like talk about what's going on in other leagues, and Tom Brady was commentating the Lions-Vikings game today, and he and the other guy were talking about, it was like, congrats to the world champions, and I was like, wait. I didn't search for this. So, did the Blue Jays win the series? Like, what happened? I need to know. Or was it the Dodgers? Oh no, I was saying let's go Dodgers. I had to ask you guys that because I didn't look it up. Fly Eagles Fly, Andrew. Back to the Future, saying hi to Andrew. Yabba Dabba Doo. The most important thing about the horror weekend, we've raised so much money for our to put their lives at risk to save others. Wow. Wonderful. Yabba Dabba Doo. That's fantastic. Okay, Yabba Dabba Doo. Okay, most important thing about the weekend was raising all that money. Please share what was your personal, like what was the most fun part of this weekend for you? I'd love to know. All right, I'm ending the poll before I forget. Back to the Future, Rated Frog is still here. Tiana Moana. Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm not the right person to be asking advice about that. I would say you got to ask a nurse or a physician or some kind of licensed healthcare provider. I am not one of those people. Lalit, I have a master's degree. Ray, I can get it refilled, but it is one of the most commonly used meds to get addicted to. Oh, okay, gotcha. I've been on Tylenol and a muscle relaxer too. LA, is it Lati? I don't know about that Jersey girl. Gotta support my Vikings. I mean, they're my home team. Pascal Jerome. I was a black cat for Halloween, like I have been in the past. Matthew Clark, November 5th is my 45th. Oh my gosh, I gotta write this down. Very, very exciting. Wow. Any fun plans for your birthday, Matthew Clark? November 5th. Cool. Very cool. Happy early birthday to you, Matthew. I'm going to go with Lati. Steelers. Chip Broadett says, not a chance. NC says her doctor should have written for a higher strength or a greater quantity. And see, I thought you would have thoughts about this because you are a pharmacist, and I'm gonna say this. There were so many errors and so many it was like errors and things that I'm just like, this is not smooth. Like how did this even happen? But it just, to sum it up, based on everything I've, seen and talked to my mom about, for a very routine procedure, like so many people get knee replacements every year in the United States. I was like, this was such an uncoordinated, unsmooth surgical procedure and post-op recovery process. Like, very unimpressed. And it's like she went to a really good facility. Like, she went to a really, like, had very qualified people, but it was just like there was an initial mix-up with her prescription. Like, I think a nurse had to come in and correct it. She was given a machine that was defective, that was like I think it was like a cooling and compression type of thing. The pain prescription meds was annoying. Insurance is always a headache if you live in the United States. But it just was so many. There were other things too that she had mentioned. Because I think she stayed overnight just one night in the hospital. But I just was like, this is not acceptable. Like, given how much we pay for health insurance in the United States, it's like when you actually need to use your health insurance and go in for like a very major procedure like this, I just was like, dude, this is laughable. Like, this is really, really crappy. So, not impressed. Not impressed, guys. Angel Kaiser, yabba dabba doo, no holiday on the 5th of November. Okay. Is it different for Scotland versus England at all? Guto Kowalski, Andrew Sabini says it's not a public holiday here, officially being, oh my God, that's so, I didn't think of it that way, but I guess it makes sense that they wouldn't make it an official holiday because it was an attack on the crown. Yikes. Okay. Makes sense. I understand the logic of that. But still people celebrate. Okay. Let's go Dodgers. Bills defeated the Chiefs. Woo! Love to hear it. Go Bills. Joe Ski, not a soccer fan, but I am a fan of some of the back and forth chants. Too hilarious. Yes, they're very funny. And see, LMAO, is that our thing, Guto? Guto Kowalski, Pierce McIntosh, the Dodgers won. Oh no. I feel bad for my Toronto people. Oh shoot, I really thought it was gonna be the Jays. Bill, Andrew Sabini, the Dodgers came back from 3-0 to win 5-4 in the 11th inning. Dang. Okay, thanks for the update, guys. Wow. Blue Jays lost. White Lightning, you should wear a Bills jersey. Honestly, I wouldn't mind having a Bills jersey. Emmanuel Tekle. Rich is saying, Jays were 1 foot from winning. That's all I will say. It hurts. Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that. All right, guys, trivia question. The results are in. Guess my favorite thing to buy on Black Friday. Let's see how you did. Okay, 47% of you guessed new running shoes. I have never bought new running shoes on Black Friday. I'm so pleased with myself. That was like a diabolical option that I gave you because I was hoping it would be a red herring, and it led almost half of you guys astray. It's not new running shoes. I mean, not to say I won't ever buy new running shoes, but I've never bought new running shoes on Black Friday. 27% of you guessed tickets to a Christmas play. Nope, I've never done that before. 15% of you guessed Nespresso pods. I think I've maybe bought like new Nespresso or a Black Friday discounted Nespresso pods like a few times, but that is not my favorite thing. It's actually poinsettia plants. I thought some of you would remember that. Only 11% of you got this one right. So yay for me. I gave you guys a tricky one. Yeah. So my favorite thing to buy on Black Friday, almost every single year, go to Home Depot. They have them for, it's like $2 or $3. It's crazy. I buy at least 2 or 3 beautiful, like red wrapped poinsettia plants for Christmas. Go and get your poinsettia plants. Guto Kowalski, Hannah is now like Indiana Jones. She was exploring an abandoned mall. Yes. Radar, Brandon Shields. Chief of DC, hello. My favorite cartoon. I mean, I could do this as a trivia question. Oh, my mom isn't here. NC was just saying, hang in there, Miss Ruby Red Wing. Yes. Matthew Clark says, just working. I don't really celebrate my birthdays. Okay. I mean, I know some people aren't big on birthdays. I was raised in a household where there is no chill around your birthday. It's like a federal holiday if it's your birthday, and birthday actually is birthday week. So there's just like many days of things, celebrations, outings. So that's the way I was raised. But I got you, Matthew. I should ask, are you planning on maybe getting any of the birthday freebies that you can get on your birthday? Like free Starbucks coffee, you can get a free, like a bunt cake from Nothing Bunt Cakes. You can get free guac at Chipotle. There's like some fun freebies out there. I know not everybody does that, but I think the birthday freebies are fun. Okay, Dodo, my favorite cartoon, I'm thinking maybe that could be a trivia question. 1 second. Ray says, I think the prescription I have should be fine without because it's such a low dosage. It was like 5 milligrams compared with my 500 milligram Tylenol. Gotcha. Yes, NC is saying, hang in there, Mr. B. Red Wing. Luckily, I'm happy to report. So the first 2 weeks were really, really, really brutal. Just a lot of pain, just hardly any sleep. Really frustrating, having to deal with insurance, all that stuff. So the first 2 weeks for my mom post-op, really not fun, but luckily now she's been going to physical therapy and having these sessions where they have you move your knee and, you know, use your joint with the new knee. And she's been getting much better sleep. And I mean, as time goes on, like the pain has been reducing. And she also had, I believe she had the bandage taken off. I don't know if they removed like stitches and stuff, but she's making progress, guys. So I'm very, very happy to report that, at least, because those first couple weeks, I just, as like the bystander watching someone go through a very unpleasant and like poor quality of care and care coordination, I was kind of like, what is this? This is a joke. So yes, at least she's on the mend and things are looking up. And see, Joel Vradenberg, hello, welcome back. Ray says, Hannah, I grow poinsettia plants in my greenhouse management class. Ooh, for future farmers of America. Love it. Oh my God, amazing. If you water the leaves, they rot and die. Yes, poinsettias are warm climate, like I think they're native to Mexico. I've made the mistake of overwatering poinsettias and have killed them. So yes, that is spot on. If you water the leaves, they rot and die and they will suck water, all 500 of them growing in the greenhouses. Yes, amazing. NC says duly noted. Pascal Jerome, electronic normally at Black Friday. Anwar, I'm doing good. How about you? Yabba dabba doo. I'm in the 11%. I remembered. Thank you. Back to the Future. Yeah, yabba doo on fire. Okay. I wanted to do like a Thanksgiving themed trivia question instead of cartoon. I'll answer, who was it above who asked my favorite cartoon? Dodo, if you're still here, my favorite cartoon of all time. I wanted to say Dexter's Lab, but I actually think it's SpongeBob SquarePants. Okay. Brad Piff, thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. So now let's do a Thanksgiving trivia question. Guess my favorite dish to eat on Thanksgiving, or I should say favorite food. Favorite food to eat on Thanksgiving. All right, what is it, guys? One second, guys. I see some comments coming in. There we go. All right. Which of these foods is my favorite thing to eat on Thanksgiving? Is it cornbread, cheesy stuffed mushrooms, roasted Brussels sprouts, or tofurkey? See if you can get it right. All right. Matthew Clark, if I'm by a Big B coffee, I'll catch a free coffee. Nice. Big B coffee. I gotta Google this. I've never heard of it before. Big B coffee locations? Interesting. Big B coffee. I've never heard of this. I don't think we have them here in Minnesota. Cool. Big B Coffee. I kind of want to like check out their website. Cute. It kind of looks, is it like a Dunkin' at all? Like, do they have donuts? Very nice. Okay. I'll finish reading your comment, Matthew. Matthew said, catch a free coffee at Big B Coffee. Also, I like to celebrate other people's birthdays and Christmases and things like that. I just don't have a lot of people in my life to do that. Gotcha. Okay, makes sense. Class 21 says, hello, Hannah Gutakowski. Hannah is my best friend on YouTube. Sweet. Brad Piff says sweet potato pie. Ooh, I do not like sweet potato pie. I like sweet potatoes, but ooh, that combo of the sweet potato with the marshmallow. No, that needs to be made like a federal crime with a 50-year prison sentence. Oh my God. It is so disgusting. So gross. I have very strong feelings about this. White Lightning says turkey legs. Not turkey legs. Brad Piff is guessing Brussels sprouts. Ray says Tuesday, they did not give me any information about PT for my back. They just told me to walk and get new x-rays at the 3-week visit. Okay. So did they, okay, they told you to walk. It sounds like they told you to like, you were saying you were on 2-hour intervals. Like you have to get up and walk every 2 hours. So that, it sounds like those were their instructions to you. Is that right, Ray? NC is saying, give me a big bowl of roasted Brussels sprouts, drizzled with some extra virgin olive oil, and I'm a happy man. Yes, absolutely. I mean, I love all of the things that I listed in this poll question. And I have loved Brussels sprouts my entire life. I was one of those kids that would happily eat Brussels sprouts in grade school, just wolf them down. There's just, I don't know why. There's just something so nice about them. Omar Maxwell, Ray, you will get better soon. Yep, Guto Kowalski. That is just, whenever I'm in, I'm not going to say it on here, but I'll spell it. I call them like SHIT seasons, crap seasons, I guess you could call them. Whenever I'm in a crap season of life, whether it's health related, I can think of like, you know, going through breakups and that sucks. Or, you know, I haven't had, very luckily, I'm gonna knock on wood, but I haven't had like any close family members pass away. But if there's like a serious like diagnosis or, you know, any of those hard periods where it's just month after month after month and you're just like, oh my God, all you want is a return to normal. One thing I try to say, like tell myself is just like, this is not going to last forever. Enough time will pass where eventually I will think back on this period in my life and it'll be like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago. So I think that's like a helpful thought exercise whenever I'm going through something that's not fun and it's just taking a while to get through. I think about, wow, it'll be interesting 5 years from now or 10 years from now when I'm at a much older age and I think back like, oh yeah, I remember in, you know, February of this year, all those years ago, this is where I was in my life and this is what I was going through. And, you know, it'll be history. Like this current season that's not fun will eventually be ancient history. Just, you gotta give it time. Omar Maxwell, pinch and twist. Cute jersey, go Vikes. Yes. Goal. Hi, Sparks. King Sammy, the trillionfold blesser. Amazing. Good to see you. Hope you've been well. Ray says, yes, actually, they told me to get up every hour and walk, but I physically cannot yet. Okay. Johnny Theva, I'm doing good. How are you? I had a really lovely Sunday. I feel like this weekend really needed to be a catch-up weekend. I was behind on some chores. I was out of groceries. I needed to just, you know, it's like you got your monthly bills that typically happen end of month or first of the month. So I had to, you know, make sure all my bills I typically do all of my like budgeting and accounting for my personal finances at the end of the month or like the first of the next month. So I sat down today and was just, looking at all the bills I've got to schedule, and I scheduled those payments to go out for like gas, water, trash, heat, internet, all of it. So yeah, it was like it was a fun, relaxing, but still like productive weekend. I'm happy with everything I got done while also maxing out on sleep. I just had roasted Brussels sprouts with cubes of butternut squash. Ooh, pinch and twist. That sounds so, so good. Also, CL Hinton is here. Hi, CL. Vanessa. Vanessa is asking, can you adopt me? I'm currently not in the season of my life where I'm quite ready to be a parent. So no, Vanessa. Back to the Future says, great day. Oh, Green Day. Her name is Phoenix. I used to mod for her. Ray says, I laughed when they diagnosed me with scoliosis because they accidentally found it in my x-rays when they were busy misdiagnosing me with a broken leg. That was really a slip disc. Oh my gosh. Sounds very frustrating. Back to the Future. She has a dog and lizards. CL Hinton, secretly lurking. CL's been lurking. I love it. So glad that you've revealed yourself to us, CL. Thank you. Trying not to joke here, but coming close. Okay. I was laughing at M.A. White's comment. How can my girlfriend get your freckles? Are they on Amazon? I was born with these freckles. They are in my DNA. So the thing is, though, it's come to my attention because so many people will comment on my freckles just because they're there. That like I didn't realize until it started coming up on my chat and people would like ask if my freckles are real or not, and like how you can like get freckles put on your face. But apparently like you can have freckles tattooed onto your face. I'm sure this must exist on Amazon or Temu or somewhere on the internet. Like it has to. But I feel like there's probably, those like temporary tattoos where you stick it on and then you like dab a little water and then you'll peel it off and the tattoo has stuck on your face or on your skin. You probably could find like a freckle, like a temporary freckle thing on Amazon, M.A. White. Pascal Jerome, yeah, adopt me. Wow. Ray says, my main problem today is my incision has been itchy. Ooh, I hate this. I hate when any like wound that's healing starts, I hate when it transitions to the itchy phase where all you want to do is just itch the scar, the scab, whatever, and you can't because it's gonna like hurt your healing process. It's driving me crazy. Yeah. I'm sure I would feel the same way, Ray. I'm trying to think what I would do in your boat. I feel like it's similar. It reminds me of when you get mosquito bites, and as much as you want to itch it, the itching makes it like worse. Like it makes the welt bigger, and you're best off just leaving it alone. But it's like, honestly, it's torture when there's something that's so itchy and all you want to do is itch it and you can't. You have to stop yourself. New Please is currently repeats. Yeah, but I would do Hannah, so many fun moments from the weekend. But watching the headless horse riders riding through the village and seeing the reactions of the people driving past was so funny. Man, I love it. Your life in the Highlands, Yabba Dabba Doo. You're really selling me on Scotland, and I am planning to go to Scotland next year. I don't know if I'll make it to the Highlands. I plan on visiting friends in Edinburgh. I don't know if I'll go anywhere else. We'll see. Let's see. Jeremy King, lol. She's pretty, but she's a Vikings fan with a red flag emoji. It's funny to think that for some people, I'm certain this is true. For some people, the fact that someone could be a fan for a certain team would be like a deal breaker. Rich says, Back to the Future, is Phoenix okay? She is now kissing the lizard. Okay. I don't know this person. Fungus, hello. M.A. White, aloe vera, straight from the plants. Fungus, have you ever considered growing mushrooms for food? So I do dream of having my own like beautiful garden with like all the produce I could ever want, like cabbage, pumpkin, zucchini, onions, turnips, parsnips, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, like anything I would want and that I regularly eat and have to go and buy from the grocery store. I would love to eventually have like a very nice garden. I currently don't have the land or the time to have a garden and grow all that food. Mushrooms though, because do you grow those? I guess you could grow them outside, yeah. But I think of people who grow mushrooms indoors. I would not want it indoors just because it's a fungus and I don't want it getting like, I feel like moisture in your home is generally a very bad thing. So I would probably grow them outside. But I do really love mushrooms. White Lightning says she's really a Bills fan at heart. I would say the two teams I'm betting on this season are the Detroit Lions and the Buffalo Bills. Those are my two faves for this season. I want the Vikings to do well. Like, I will continue to root for them. I don't think realistically they will win the Super Bowl just based on performance, based on stats, history, whatever. It could happen, but the two teams I have my eye on and I really think I really want to be in the Super Bowl are Detroit and Buffalo. M.A. White is a Ravens fan. Okay. I like the Baltimore Ravens, but I feel terrible about Lamar Jackson. The last I heard, he was like injured. Wasn't sure when he's coming back. When is Lamar Jackson coming back? Oh, he already returned to play. Totally missed the memo. He returned last Thursday on October 30th. Okay. He was sidelined with a hamstring injury. Okay, so that makes me happy for them. Visit the castle in Edinburgh and see Mons Meg, the big cannon fire at 1 o'clock every day. Ooh, thank you, MA. I will definitely do my best to see that. Savio, yes, dinner is very cold at this point. Game Luca, Ray, M.A. White, I would put aloe vera on it, but it's a very new wound. Yep, don't risk infection, exactly. Pascal Jerome, mushrooms are very easy to grow. Radical mycology. M.A. White, Ray, all right, you're right. Trust your instincts, hope you recover fast. They grow in tens and you do not get any, I think moisture maybe? Ray, YouTube deleted my comment about rice. It shouldn't be rice. It would be something else. John Cunningham says, go Pack, go. I don't know who the Packers played this weekend. Let's see. Packers. Oh, you guys lost to the Carolina Panthers today. I do like the Packers, so that's disappointing. All right. White Lightning says magic mushrooms. Definitely not into that. Let's see. We got someone from Uzbekistan. Mijidin maybe? Mujahideen. I don't know. I need to review my Cyrillic. White Lightning. No. John Cunningham, I do like the Vikings. Okay, sounds like we appreciate both sides because I'm a Vikings fan, but I also love Green Bay. And it's funny because I have been to Lambeau Field and I have seen the Packers play, but I've never been to I've never watched a Vikings football game. I've been to US Bank Stadium for like a tour. But yeah, I have never seen the Vikings actually. And I'm way overdue for that. Muhyiddin. There we go. Muhyiddin, thank you very much for helping me with that. Oh, you're in Tashkent. Very cool. I would love to go there one day. Ray, okay. There's like 3 possible things it won't let me say. Rice, glutinous rice flour, or mochi. Well, those 3 those aren't banned. Rice, rice. Glutinous flour. Well, you just typed them. Mochi. Yeah. So those 3 work. I know I haven't banned those. I don't ban like food words. So it would be something else. Wow. Let's see what you guys are saying in the poll. Yeah, and Ray, no one else comments or getting banned. Yeah. Yeah, not sure. Also, I've been seeing like everything you've been saying, Ray, so I don't know what's going on. White Lightning says that looks like corn. It's not corn. This is tofu scramble. So the yellow part is tofu. And then it looks like couscous underneath. It's not though. It's like these little pearly grains. It's called quinoa. And then the red sauce is spicy sriracha sauce that I drizzled over the top. And I'm trying not to become a waterfall here, but it is spicy and making my nose run a little bit. John Cunningham, what do you think about hyperbaric chamber for overall health and aging? Okay, I've heard about these things, but I actually do not understand how they work. How does a hyperbaric chamber... Oh, this game is so bad. 38-7. Whew. Hyperbaric chamber work. Okay, let's read this. Google Gemini AI. A hyperbaric chamber is a pressurized environment that delivers pure oxygen to the body, at pressures above normal atmospheric pressure. It's used for therapeutic purposes to enhance oxygen delivery to tissues and promote healing. I feel like I just don't know enough. I mean, okay, I just read the description, but I feel like I'd need to read a bunch of like medical articles and listen to the experts talk about like clinical trials and like health experiments that they've done with these, because it sounds like it would be helpful, but I don't know. Okay, it says the benefits of hyperbaric oxygen therapy. It can benefit a variety of conditions, including wound healing, carbon monoxide poisoning, cerebral palsy, stroke, radiation injuries. I don't know. I mean, I think if you're like a very healthy person, like you don't have any illnesses, you don't have any injuries, you don't have any like wounds or rehab needs, you're just kind of like living your life normally. I don't know if this would be necessary, so yeah, I'm not sure. DJ David, I'm doing good. Ray, that looks like corn. Shortsify. Shalini Arnott Vlogs. CL Hinton. Oh, that could be it. Yep, accidentally typed race. Yep. I think you're spot on with that. I don't even know. I've had to retype most of my comments. Yeah, I would say Ray, double check your spelling. Because if it's like a typo where it's race instead of rice, that definitely would have been banned. Alexander, chicken of the woods is like vegan-friendly chicken meat. Yes. Yabba dabba doo. Oh, it wasn't banned. Okay, I actually thought I had banned the word race, but maybe not. Yabba dabba doo. Hannah, second favorite moment singing Monster Mash to Monster Line Dancers and Thriller with the school dance troupe. Wow, I love this. So cool. Thank you, DJ David. Rice or glutinous rice flour. I don't eat gluten, but I do like rice, and I don't like mochi. John Cunningham, lots of pro athletes are using them. I mean, probably because they need to recover from all of the physical strain that they're under, but I feel like for the everyday person, also pro athletes, like their entire livelihood, like they're earning their millions based on their body being healthy. So if they're like, you know, if they're exhausted, if their muscles are fatigued, if they need extra oxygen in order to be able to run through a whole game, I see why athletes are using them, but I don't see why a normal a normal healthy person would need to use it per se. Maybe you let mods say banned words. No clue. And see, what is the one non-vegan meal you would want right now? Ooh, right now, if I had to eat a non-vegan meal, I feel like mac and cheese sounds really good right now. It's like warm, cozy, savory. Yeah, I would go with either mac and cheese or like a huge pepperoni pizza. White Lightning, I have never done ice baths. I know they're amazing for you, but I just don't do them. Jacob Ortner, Vikings are buns. John Cunningham says, love your input. Thanks. Too Evil to Hope is here. Yay. Yes, we had such a good game today. I'm so happy for the Vikings. I hope you had a blessed weekend. Yes, it was a really, really lovely weekend. I had a lot of fun. Like my sister and I just went out for a fun adventure night last night and kind of wandered around and saw where the evening took us. And then got a lot of sleep today. And yeah, it was great. So yeah, I'm happy to report I had a very lovely weekend. How about you, Too Evil to Hope? Let's see. NC is saying, I survived off mac and cheese in grad school. I love that. Ray says, when I was a competitive swimmer for 10 years, I did an ice bath one time. I would never do it again. Sometimes they made us swim in water with ice chunks in it. Yeah, the thing is, I know it's really good for you. I'm not questioning that. Like, all this research has shown, like, and I've seen so many professional athletes on social media, like, lowering themselves into an ice bath or an ice bucket. It's one of those things where I know it's super healthy for you, but I feel like I already do a lot of things that are healthy. It's like I get loads of sleep, I have low stress, I exercise every day, I eat vegan, I avoid sugar, I avoid a lot of processed foods, where I feel like I'm doing so many healthy things that if I'm not doing one healthy activity over here to the side, in the long run, I don't think it's gonna like be a huge make or break thing for my life. So I'm happy to go without ice baths. It's like, it's not keeping me up at night. I don't feel the need to do an ice bath. I might do them occasionally. Like I've taken like really cold showers after distance, like when I've trained for marathons and gone on really long runs. I would sometimes come back and do an ice shower, but every time it was miserable and I don't know how much it affected my performance, to be quite honest. So yeah, I'm like, okay, I can skip out on this health activity. Nitin Singh, hello. I have skincare videos. You should check them out. White Lightning, would you get mad if someone was eating a pepperoni pizza in front of you? No, most of the people in my life are omnivores, and I am not one of those annoying, insufferable vegans who's like offended by everything. And in general, I'm not a person who's like annoying. Like judgmental and sensitive and offended. No. So I do not care. People can eat like sheep brains in front of me and I wouldn't care. Too Evil to Hope, I had a great weekend. Went up to the property to do final prep for deer opener. Oh, next weekend is deer opener. How cool. The forest has been very active with the approaching full moon. Oh, I love this. Very cool. Whereabouts is your property? You don't have to say if you don't want. Is it like North Shore or is it more like, I don't know, International Falls area? Ray, I will be back. I have to take a walk again. Okay. Be safe, Ray. Shortsify. Too Evil to Hope. The closest I've gotten to an ice bath was immersing myself in Lake Minnetonka when the water was 54 degrees. Yeah. Oof. I've gone to events where there was like a polar plunge available for people to do if they wanted to participate in that. And so I've like stood by and watched my friends, you know, in the middle of winter get undressed and be in their bathing suits, and then they jump in to the like frozen, icy, cold lake or wherever it was. And I'm like, none of this, like, I don't want to do any of this. No. Let's see. Stone Papa Smurf, JJ McCarthy, Too Evil to Hope, the 450 acres in central Minnesota, about 2 hours north of the Twin Cities. It sounds lovely. Yes. Chris says, Too Evil to Hope, I've been doing ice baths lately to help lose weight and boost my metabolism and immune system. Yeah, I would say like two very prominent, influential athletes who I adore, who I've seen do ice baths on social media are Cristiano Ronaldo. I subscribe to his YouTube channel, and he's posted content of himself literally just lowering himself into like a frozen lake or an ice bath. So I'm like, dang, okay, Cristiano Ronaldo's doing the ice baths. And then Eliud Kipchoge, who I think he recently retired, but he was like, for the longest time, like the marathon goat, like from Kenya, winning all these like marathons around the world, and Olympic champion. I was watching a video of Eliud Kipchoge on YouTube, and it was just showing like one of his training runs, like typical day in the life of a pro marathon runner. And after his run, they showed his team helping him just lower into this ice. It looked like a huge barrel, and it was filled with ice water, and he just lowered himself in there. And I'm like cringing watching it, because I can like imagine what it feels like. But it really, I mean, it's pretty influential and powerful to see two of like the world's top athletes both lowering themselves into ice baths after workouts. It's like, well, I guess if they're doing it, if the goats of their sports are doing ice baths, like it's a pretty strong case for doing them, in my opinion. Chris, if you do ice baths, you can only do it for a certain amount of time. I mean, yes. I mean, humans can also get hypothermia if you are in too cold of a situation. So you don't want to be like actually freezing your body to the point where your body is in danger, but it's like the very temporary coldness. I've read that it's really good for your muscle recovery. Too Evil to Hope. Hannah, do you think McCarthy should have put off having children until he was farther into his career? Absolutely not. No. I mean, I think it's like, you got to live your life, and if he and his wife were ready to become parents, like that's their choice. So no. I'm really happy for him, and I think he's just a very mature kid who's at the top of his game he's like in his peak professional career at age 22. So I mean, when you think about regular people. You're hitting the peak of your career like in your 40s, in your 50s, and maybe even your 60s before you retire. And this kid is literally like 22 years old, playing as the starting quarterback for the Vikings. And it's like he's making millions and millions of dollars. So he's already cruising in his career. And this is the time when, like, when people are in peak career, peak income, you're married or you have your partner, it's like that's typically when people want to start families. So I also see professional athletes having babies all the time. Like there were like Erling Haaland in the Premier League. He's like a very, very good soccer player, plays for Manchester City. He had his first kid last year, I think around Christmas time or so. And he was, I mean, I think he was maybe 23, 24 at the time, so close in age to JJ McCarthy. But I'm like, hey, these people are like multi-million-dollar famous athletes. They can pretty much do whatever they want. Sure, it might affect his headspace, but knowing him and how well he did in high school and college, and now he's a starting quarterback in the NFL at age 22, I think he's the kind of person who can handle being a parent for the first time and carry on with his professional responsibilities. The universe is over 20 billion years old, says Samuel. Oh man, Jaden Daniels just got hurt bad. Oh. Shoot. Oh no. Jeez Louise. Too evil to hope. Okay, that was your question. Too evil to hope. Ouch, it looks like Jaden broke his arm. Oh no. That's so sad. So sad. Jeez. Nitin Singh. Is this the best stage of your life right now? So far, I'm loving my 30s. I absolutely love my 30s so far. Too evil to hope. Philip Rivers has a problem with that. He has like 30 kids. Okay, it's actually 10. I mean, the thing is, these are people who are not normal people. Like, they are not living life like the 99% of other people. They're not working a 9-to-5 job. They're paid millions of dollars. They're on TV, they have mansions, some of them have wives, some of them have lots of girlfriends. But I mean, the thing is, like, these are people living dramatically different lives than everybody else. So it's like their timelines and their families and when they have babies is probably, I mean, some of them, sure, it'll look like normal people, but yeah, these people's lifestyles are just nuts. Jacoby, did you watch the movie Him? No, I haven't heard of that movie before, actually. Jaden McDaniels' fractured wrist. Oh, shoot. That is so sad. I feel bad for him, and I also feel bad for the Commanders. This has not been a good game. All right. Michael Schultz. Really great day. I took a 4-hour nap this afternoon. It was so needed. I felt amazing waking up. Also got, some, oh my gosh, whoa, Gianna Forever coming in hot. Let me finish my train of thought. But yes, Michael Schultz. It's been a lovely, lovely Sunday. I woke up maybe around 9:30. I had stayed up a little late because it's we had the clocks set back for daylight savings, and then got up, had some breakfast, drank some coffee, watched the Vikings game, hence why I'm wearing the jersey, because it was such a wonderful game. I'm so happy for them. I think they played wonderfully. Really happy for JJ McCarthy coming back from injury, being out for weeks. So I watched the Vikings game from about noon to 3 p.m. and then I was taking my nap from 3:30 to 7:30, and then I got up and then rushed to this live stream. Yeah, I also did some meal prep. I've been eating tofu scramble and quinoa with a little bit of sriracha hot sauce on top. How about you, Michael Schultz? How was your Sunday? Too evil to hope. Well, this is the perfect example of why you don't rush a quarterback from injury before they are close to 100%. Oh no. I didn't know that about this guy who just went out for the Commanders. Dayon Reed, Sean Kemp had 7 kicks by 6 different women. Yeah, I mean, people are gonna do what they're gonna do. Gianna Forever says the GOAT. OMG. OMG, what a OMG coming in with a bang. Thank you very much, Gianna. I want to do like G4E. You da bomb. Thank you so much. All right, I gotta write you down too, and also take a pic. Take a pic for the appreciation post. William, Hannah, will the Vikes beat the mighty Ravens next week? We'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure. Let's see. To be able to hope. The whole Commander season has been a complete disaster compared to last year. Ooh, yep, they're showing him walking off with his arm in a cast thingy. Not a cast, but like a brace. Jeez. Dayon Reed, yep, Gianna the GOAT. Just got back from Tokyo. What? Oh my God. Welcome back, Gianna Forever. That's not, okay, you have to tell us, what was your favorite part about Tokyo? Working on celebrity-themed Labubus. That sounds so fun. I do not yet own a Labubu. Wyoming is here. Hey, Strong Hannah, how are you? I'm doing so good. I'm very, very happy for the Vikings. I wanted to wear my jersey to, you know, acknowledge the fact that they won today against the Detroit Lions, who I also love, but it was such a great game, and I think they looked terrific. So, yeah, it was a really good Sunday. How about you, Wyoming 200? Peggy Hecke, I remember you. Hello, Peggy Hecke. Olivera Lopez. Michael Schultz, yes, it's nice to get a nap in every now and then. What's the Vikings record now? Good question. I feel like it's 5 and something. Vikings record. What is the Vikings record? Why is this so hard? Vikings 4-4, so not great. We're last in the NFC North, so we could do better. Yeah, we've had a string of not great games. Our starting quarterback he just came back today from being out for weeks with an injury, and he played great. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that he's recovered, and, you know, there's time yet for improvement, and hopefully the playoffs will go well. Eli Chavez, hello. Dayon Reed, cranberry sauce and stuffing or dressing is my favorite Thanksgiving side dish. Thank you, Waiting on Delilah. I like that username. Michael Schultz, yes, the time change caught me by surprise. I was out last night, and actually it was nice. I love the fall back daylight savings night, because it's so nice knowing it's like I get a little bonus hour tonight. It's looking at the clock, it's like, okay, it's 11:30, but it's actually 10:30 because the clock is gonna jump back. Arthur Lujano, good to see you. Ben, you don't miss Sam Darnold. I'm watching him right now, and I absolutely adore Sam Darnold. He's doing great on the Seahawks right now versus Washington. So I miss Sam Darnold. I'm kind of sad that we let him go, but I'm also happy for JJ McCarthy. I feel like he had his injury early on in the season, but I think the games that he's played, he's looked really good. Gianna Forever, best part is buying Jordans out there. They have all the flavors, limited editions, everything. Dang, Gianna Forever. I love this. Actually, if I could pick one country in Asia to go to, it would be Japan. That would be my first stop. Also, I've been seeing Japan in the news recently because they just elected their first ever female prime minister. I was like, I see you, Japan. This is so cool. So yeah, I've been seeing, I forget her name. I feel like it's like Sion, or let's just Google this. Japan Prime Minister. It's Sane Takaichi, I think. I thought that was pretty darn cool that they, elected her. Wyoming, great, and I'm happy for the Steelers. Nice. Tweeble to Hope says Vikings are 4-4. Alexander Craig, guten Morgen. Wie geht's dir in Deutschland? Jetzt wird Deutsch gesprochen. Wie war dein Halloween? Alexander. Cranberry sauce prices are through the roof. Oh no, CL, I hadn't seen this. I guess it's not a grocery item that I ever pay attention to except in the month of November, and even still, like it's early November. So I haven't taken a peek at cranberry sauce prices, but that's too bad that they're through the roof. I think I'll buy cranberries and make homemade sauce if I have the strength. Larry Middleton, it's great to see you as well. Thanks for being here. Carlos Ivan Hernandez. Hi, Hannah. I thought you were a Raiders fan. No, I'm a Vikings fan. I'm from Minnesota. Gianna Forever says, listen, it could be worse. You could be the Jets. Oh my God. Are they still winless? Jets record 2025. No, they've won one game. Oh no. The Jets their record is 1-7. That's brutal. Rich Pablo, hello. Matthew Clark says, in the spirit of the last little bit of Halloween this weekend, if you could mix a pumpkin plant with another plant to make a different pumpkin, ooh, what plant would you mix it with? My first thought, and I don't know why, my first thought went to zucchini or like I would love to have like a different colored pumpkin, although I think you can already get different colored pumpkins. So let me think through this. Another plant. I'm trying to think, like potato, squash, turnips, carrots. That's a good question. I'm just gonna go with zucchini because why not? Wyoming. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's right. You want to buy some kisses. Oh my gosh. You are the goofiest. Much obliged. Thank you. I'll do it in just a second. Ray is back from the walk. The itchiness is unbearable right now, but I have to be up at midnight, so I'm just staying awake until then. Worried about my extra walking today making me sore at 4 a.m. Oh my God. Vias KJV, when will you invite your sister back, Hannah? I don't know. I mean, she'll be back again at some point, but I don't know when. Gianna Forever, the nightlife is great. Food all overall. Oh, okay, great ramen at 4 a.m. Not hard to be vegan out there. Oh yeah. Japanese cuisine, as with so many Asian cuisines and so many ethnic cuisines, piece of cake being vegan. Paul, thank you so much, Paul. Welcome to the live stream. Michael Schultz, I was just offered a work advancement, but don't know if I want to take it or not. Change can be scary. Ooh, have you done like a pros and cons list, like all the benefits of taking the job advancement, work advancement, and all of the downsides? That's what I would do. I think if I was on the fence, I think I would just make a list of like, well, there's more pay, I get these perks, like blah, blah. But then maybe it's like the downsides are more stress, longer hours. I can't think of what else there would be. let's see. Rich Pablo, to be able to hope. I've heard of a combination of a ooh, I love that combo. Blueberry pumpkin. I know, I feel like I'm trying to think of that because I said zucchini and pumpkin, but I feel like there's a cooler combo I could do. Pumpkin, or I guess it's a plant. It doesn't even have to be like a vegetable. I don't know. This is such a hard one, Matthew. I'm thinking about this. Necro Moonlight says 6-7. Have a lovely night, NC. Take care. CL says good night to NC. Gianna Forever, pumpkin and sweet potato. Cantaloupe. Ooh, what about like pumpkin and watermelon? Ooh, here we go. Okay, I got you, Matthew Clark. Okay. I would fuse a pumpkin and watermelon with the goal of having like the pumpkin exterior is still kind of orange, but it has those cool like green stripes down the sides, kind of like a watermelon. And then the inside of the pumpkin would be juicy and red with the pumpkin seeds. So then when you carved your pumpkin, the inside that's glowing, like with the candle or whatever, would have like the red spooky glow on the inside. So there you go. That is my answer to you. I loved that question as like wrapping up spooky season. Very creative question. I would fuse a pumpkin with a watermelon so that the exterior has the cool striping pattern that you see on watermelons, and then the interior is like red and juicy and kind of scary. Okay, Wyoming, I promised I'd be donating again, so here I am. Bicep kiss for you again. Since you love seeing me do that. To be able to hope. My folks accidentally crossbred acorn squash with a pumpkin in their garden before. Actually, wouldn't that be really tasty? Because I like both of those things. Ali Khan is here. Cole Mwenda. Yabba Dabba Do pumpkin and chili. Stacy Stavrakakis. Sounds like a Greek name. Hi, Stacy. Brielle Elise. Ooh, oh my gosh. Do you have any tips for my driver's test? Okay. Practice a ton. I mean, I practiced every day for 3 months straight. Really practice your parallel parking. I almost failed my driver's test because I was like a hair away from touching, like they had a large like swim noodle kind of thing, and I had to parallel park in between these two things. Oh my God, it was so bad, but I got parked, and I really had to like wedge my way in. So practice your parallel parking and your 90-degree back turns like crazy, because I think those are the hardest. Practice left and right hand parking. I think right hand parking is a little bit more awkward, assuming you're in the United States. If you're on the driver's side, which is left, I find that right parking, you have to account for all the machine that's to your right. And then, what else? It depends on, Brielle, I think it depends on if you are doing a closed course exam or an open course exam. So a huge hack for me when I took my driver's test for my license was I took my exam, and maybe like you should try to do this if you can, like if you haven't signed up yet. Try to sign up for your driver's exam at a closed course, because you more than likely can find a YouTube video of people, like people will upload their fail videos. So like for mine, I was practicing for my driver's test. I signed up for it at a closed course, and then I went on YouTube, and this was like word on the street. Like I had heard from my sister, I'd heard from friends. It's like, oh my God, take your driver's test at this closed course, because you can basically look at the course on YouTube, and it's like a dash cam video style where like you can watch videos of people's driver's tests that they failed at that course because they took, you know, a wrong turn or whatever. But basically you can watch a video and like understand the entire course because it's recorded and uploaded to YouTube. So that like saved me. That was a huge advantage for me when I was taking my driver's test. I don't know what a blumpkin is, but is that like a blueberry pumpkin? Sounds cute. Thank you, Stacy Stavrakakis. Ooh, I like that. Pumpkin avocado for Gianna Forever. Ray, Matthew Clark, I would mix it with a pawpaw. They taste like pineapple, banana, and peaches. Ooh, yummy. Are native in Missouri. All right, I need to write down before I let things get too far. Gianna Forever was a super chat, and Wyoming was a super chat as well. Where are you in here? Here we go, Wyoming. All right, game is over, guys. That was an easy one for the Seahawks, my goodness. Wyoming was a super chat. Pumpkin and apple have to have a tree. Oh, that's a really good answer. Too Evil to Hope. Oh my God. Wait, that would be absolutely gorgeous if that could be a thing in the fall. Like if there were pumpkin trees where there were little mini pumpkins growing off of like the tree branches. To have a tree that had a bunch of mini pumpkins hanging from the branches. Wow. Wait, that is such a good answer. 10 out of 10. Too Evil to Hope. Thank you, Stacy. Gianna Forever says Scream 7. 2/26/26. Oh, okay. Like next year. February 26th of 2026. Matthew Clark says, ooh, very brilliant. Wyoming 200 says, you're too funny, Hannah. I mean, you're the one coming in here requesting the bicep kisses. Magic Cat, Tav, good to see you. How about them Vikings? I don't recall who you support, but the Vikings had a wonderful game today in Detroit and beat the Detroit Lions. How was your weekend though, Tav? Did you enjoy the extra hour of sleep that we had because of daylight savings? Blossom the Duck, nice to see you as well. Ooh. And like that, I am all caught up. Yay! Ray says, I went to a percussion Halloween party last year. The person's house we went to had a pumpkin bopping contest. It was just pumpkins taped to strings. That's cool. I've never heard of that before. All right, guys. I'm going to close the poll question in like 1 minute. So vote in the poll if you haven't. See if you can guess my favorite food to eat on Thanksgiving. Kaden, I've had a lovely, lovely Sunday. I got a ton of sleep. I enjoyed the bonus hour from daylight savings and the clocks going back 1 hour. I took a 4-hour nap today from 3:30 to 7:30 p.m. and it was glorious. I feel amazing. I got up and I went grocery shopping today. I did a little bit of tidying. I did some meal prep. I made a huge batch of tofu scramble and quinoa, which is what I've been eating for dinner tonight. I do my monthly like budgeting and accounting, like just setting up my bills to pay automatically and all that stuff. I did all of my, basically all of my bookkeeping for my own personal finances today, which it was like sticking in my head. It's like, all right, I gotta take care of this, but I just didn't have a good window of time to sit down. So I did my budgeting and bookkeeping today. And then I watched the tremendous Vikings-Lions game in Detroit today. It was a really fun game. Super back and forth, super competitive. It just felt like one side scoring, then the other side scoring, then the other side scoring. I think Ford Field is such an amazing field. I love watching games on television at Ford Field. I'd love to go there and actually watch a game in person. Super, super happy for our quarterback, who's been on injury for weeks and came back and played tremendously. And it was also fun to have. I love any game that Tom Brady is the commentator for, so his play-by-play analysis was really cool. Joe Sensei, thank you for the floating heart. You should leave a comment. Say hi or just leave a comment in the chat so I can grab your user profile or your user handle name and give you a shout out on my channel. Thank you so much. Let's see. Oh, there we go. You already said hi. Ignore what I just said. Joe Sensei, thank you so much for the floating heart. Carlos, Ivan Hernandez, is your favorite broccoli crust pizza? I've had cauliflower crust pizza. It's fine. I mean, it's definitely healthier, I would argue, than regular like wheat flour crust. But I'm not gonna sit here and say it's tastier because I think traditional wheat flour, like very tasty pizza crust is like the tastier option of the two. I don't think I've ever heard of broccoli crust, if I'm being honest. I think the look would kind of gross me out. I don't think I would want to be eating a pizza where the crust was green and then there was like the cheese toppings and the red sauce and whatever. I don't mind cauliflower crust because it still has roughly the same color as like a wheat flour dough crust. I would try it though, because I do love broccoli. Magic Cat, would you have a favorite Thanksgiving dessert or would that be for another live stream? How about I save it for another live stream? Because I feel like I try really hard to like mine questions and I mean, yeah, I think I'm gonna save it just so that I've got something on deck for tomorrow because that's my next live stream. All right. I gotta write down Joe Sensei. Joe Sensei gift. All right. Let's see. Magic Hat, I am gonna write down that suggestion from you. Magic Hat, favorite Thanksgiving dessert. All right. Caden says nice. Ray says the last 4 Halloweens have been wildly different. Ooh, Too Evil to Hope, you joined as a member. Yes. I'm so happy about this. Please. I post so much stuff for members. Just knock yourself out. There's a lot of members only content on my channel for members to watch. So I hope you enjoy and thank you so much to Evil to Hope for becoming a channel member. Yay, I'm so happy. I love my members. That's really exciting. Okay, let's see if I can get to all these comments. Oh, I was at Ray's. The last 4 Halloweens have been wildly different. 3 years ago, I was sick on Halloween. 2 years ago, I was carving pumpkins with my friend I barely knew, which is my best friend now. And this year is surgery. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting when you think on, you know, days that you can easily remember, like Christmas Day or New Year's, or even like I have done vlogs of my birthdays since age 27 on YouTube. So you can go all the way back on my channel and see what I did for my 27th birthday, my 28th birthday, my 29th birthday, my 30th birthday, my 31st birthday, and then this year was my 32nd birthday. So I've got 6 birthdays on YouTube. And I think it is fun to just, it's like, it's one day of the year, but like year to year, like my life when I was 27 doing my 27th birthday vlog, it was like full-blown pandemic, couldn't really do a ton of stuff. I was in grad school, and then another year it was like I wasn't even living here. I was living up north in a different city. I think it's interesting. Like I really love reflecting back and just seeing like how, you know, just it's like, wow, like a year ago on this day or a year ago on whatever in this season, I was in a totally different place, totally like different job, different city, different friends, whatever. I think I do enjoy looking back on my life like that. Rick, I've been eating tofu scramble and quinoa with some sriracha hot sauce. I've got just a little bit of it left on my plate. I'm a very slow eater, as you guys can tell. Kaden, thank you so much for subscribing. Okay, trivia question. Let me first grab, I was gonna grab Too Evil to Hope's handle so I can thank you after the live. Okay, where are we? Come on, come on. Okay, so the second trivia question for tonight was, guess my favorite food to eat on Thanksgiving. And I love eating all of these things, although I will say I actually have never had tofurkey, so it's not tofurkey. 35% of you guessed cornbread. I love eating cornbread, but it is not my favorite thing to eat on Thanksgiving. 26% of you guessed roasted Brussels sprouts. Those are like a very close second, like second favorite thing. But my absolute favorite thing to eat is vegan cheesy stuffed mushrooms. They're so fun to make and they're absolutely delicious. So yes, it is cheesy stuffed mushrooms. And it looks like 23% of you guys voted correctly. Magic Cat with the thumbs up. Kaden, what about tofurkey? I still need to try tofurkey. I've never had it before. Too Evil to Hope says I'll check it out. Yes, thank you so much. Larry Gonzalez, if any team deserves a Super Bowl, it's the Vikings. I mean, the thing is, it could happen this year. You never know. Our quarterback, I think, is tremendous. He's so talented. He's young. He's 22 years old, starting quarterback in the NFL. Like, I just think about who I was and how much I knew and how much I still had to learn about the real world at age 22. And I think about JJ McCarthy, the starting quarterback for the Vikings, and I feel like he's been so elite his whole life. He was incredibly elite when he was in high school. He was incredibly elite in college, and now he's the starting quarterback for an NFL team. And he just had his first baby I think it was like early in the season, like September maybe. And I'm like, it's so fascinating to me to see someone that advanced in life at age 22. Because I consider myself, like at 22, I just very much had like, it's like I was coming out of college, like figuring out what I wanted to do for work. Certainly not gonna be like on national television, like being in a professional athlete situation where there's tons of pressure, making millions of dollars, like signing a crazy contract with a franchise. It's incredible. Like some of these people you see who are accomplishing things at such young ages. Yeah, so props to him. It's very cool. And I mean, I would love to see the Vikings win a Super Bowl. We never have won one, Larry. So we'll see. Rich with all the member emojis, thank you. Ray says, I ran out of room on my Halloween comment, but last year I was on crutches and couldn't trick or treat. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I think as you get older, so like I'm 32, I'm not like old, but I'm much older than a young 20-something-year-old. So I feel like something I've noticed with myself is as time goes on, it's like you just realize there's hard seasons, there's easy seasons, and you just kind of have to tough it out. And I also feel too that as I've gotten older, things that come up that are either stressful, worrying, frustrating, annoying, things aren't like, there's a delay. It's like things that would have really bothered me and probably set me back mentally in my 20s. At this age, I feel like, yeah, there's still certain things that can get me down and stress me out and make me really worried. But generally, I feel more unfazed by things at 32 than I did in my 20s. Like if something crazy were to happen, say like in the news, like at the national level, or I don't know, in my family, I mean, it's like, I would still need like time to process it and like feel all the emotions, feel sad, feel angry, feel whatever. But I feel like I'm more resilient. That is, I think that's the word I was trying to find. It's like resilient and just not as fazed by disruptions. And that's something I'm enjoying about getting older is generally, I would say, setbacks, unpleasant surprises, things like curveballs, things that just come out of the blue and you're just like, oh my God, this sucks. Oh my God, I hate this. It's more just, I think my attitude now at this age is like, all right, this sucks, but I just gotta like keep going. It's part of life. It's not always roses and unicorns and whatever. And eventually it'll, you know, life will keep going. Like there's just, I think it's like the maturity side is just like, okay, yep, this is unfortunate. I don't enjoy this. I'm not happy about this, but oh well, whatever. CL Hinton says, Cornelius, yes, I think this is gonna be the last time I show Cornelius this year because I'm planning to put all of my spooky stuff away for the Halloween season. I decided that today would be the perfect like last day to have pumpkin earrings and Cornelius and, you know, all my cute stuff right here. Because it's the end of Halloween weekend. Halloween was Friday, and then yesterday was All Saints Day, and today is All Souls Day. So it's like each of the 3 days this weekend had like a spooky Halloween spiritual element. And yeah, I wanted to give Cornelius a last hurrah. So the plan is to put Cornelius back up in my cupboard. You guys have seen where I usually put him on the top shelf. I'm planning on putting all this away and then transitioning over to Christmas stuff. Tweevel to Hope says, it's crazy how much health at the right time can make a difference on a pro sports team. I know. I was thinking that to myself about, I think I was reminded of just that, how massive health and injuries can dramatically alter a team's performance over a season. Because, for example, the Vikings, yeah, I mean, we've been waiting for JJ McCarthy to get better for weeks, and it's been a rough string of games. And then watching them play so well today against Detroit was like, wow, JJ McCarthy is back and he's looking really good. But yeah, I mean, I think about Joe Burrow on the Bengals with his turf toe surgery, I guess. And the Bengals have been just looking really not great. Even though Joe Flacco, I think, has been doing his best and actually doing well, it's just been a really rough run for the Bengals. I think about Lamar Jackson being out for a bit with a hamstring injury. The guy on the Commanders who, you know, just a little bit ago had to walk off the field with maybe a wrist fracture. So it's, yeah, health is everything. And I see why they make sure, like, players are out for weeks. And as someone just watching the league who's not part of the team, you're like, oh my God, really? Like, he needs that many weeks? He's going to be gone for that long? And it's like, well, they paid a lot of money for these players. And then if you put them in again too soon and then they just make their injury worse and then they're out for like the whole season, it's just, I feel like the strategy must be exhausting when it comes to like resting, recovery, when to play them, how to train them, practice teams, all that stuff. I'd love to know the whole operation behind this. Okay, Uncle Bebbles, thank you very much and welcome. Go Get It is here. Maddie, it's great to see you, Maddie. I'm doing good. I had a lovely Halloween and it's been a really great weekend. I got a lot of sleep. I enjoyed the bonus hour for daylight savings today. I watched a Vikings football game this afternoon, so it's been good. How about you, Maddie? How was your Halloween? Randy F., I was a black cat for Halloween. Repeat costume. Two Evil to Hope says, McCarthy's baby came the week of the Falcons game, just days before the game. Sweet. DJ David, hello. I'm doing good. How have you been? All right, Ray says, the biggest problem with it for me was not being able to go with my 5-year-old brother. He wanted me to go with him this year, but I was 3 days post-op and couldn't walk or be up that long yet. Yeah, I mean, it's tough when you find yourself, it's like this season for Halloween, it's like, well, like, I'm not gonna be able to go with you this Halloween, like, it's just not gonna work out. But you can kind of, the way I like to think is when you can spin things in the positive and kind of make a goal out of it, where it's like, all right, but next year, like next Halloween, a year from now, my goal is to be, in full health, ready to go. I can be out and about and whatever. So it's like, all right, it may not be this year. This year I might have to just sit it out and miss out on stuff and recover and prioritize my health. But there will come a time, like hopefully it can be next year. Like by this time next year, I want to be XYZ. I want to be at this place. I want to have this. I want to whatever. I like setting goals like that, especially when you're in a crap season and just working your way toward recovering from whatever it is that set you back. DJ David, so let me guess. You're going to celebrate Christmas rather than Thanksgiving. Is this true? I celebrate both. I love both of the holidays. Michael Schultz just got a membership. Nice. Wyoming, are you going to work out during these days? Yeah, I work out every day. MChem, hi, how are you? I miss you. I'm doing good, MChem. How have you been? I'm just drinking some homemade horchata, and I mean, I think that's kind of a generous, it makes it sound so fancy, and all it is warmed up almond milk and some pumpkin spice that I sprinkled in, and then I just frothed it with a fork. Soar Milo, hello. Randy F, the Jaden Daniels should not have been playing when they were down so much, it's crazy. That's the guy who walked off with potentially the wrist fracture. So sad. Alessandro Ataide, hello, Alessandro. Rich says he is paid well to play though, Randy. Yeah, it's unfortunate though, because it makes, I don't know the details. I haven't been following the Commanders, and I don't know about Jaden Daniels. I don't know like what his injury was in the first place and how long he was out. But it makes me wonder if he simply could have been kept out for another week or so to make sure his wrist or his arm was okay. Randy says, no point of playing when your team is down so much. They have no chance to win, especially when the game is over. Wyoming, Buff Hannah is in the house. What makes me laugh, it's like when you do enough live streams on YouTube or on probably any platform, you recognize the things that people say over and over or frequently. I would say things that people mention a lot are my freckles. They'll tell me that I resemble certain people. I get Sade and Doja Cat a lot. People ask if I'm a teacher. What are other things people comment on? What I was getting at is people have enough times they've commented on my arms and they're like, whoa, Hannah's so buff. And it's like, I am telling you guys, I think I can do like maybe 5 proper military, like boot camp approved push-ups where it's like arms are tucked against your ribs and you're going all the way to 90 degrees and pushing yourself back up. I can maybe do 5. Like I really wish, I need to improve my arm strength. And the thing is, I've naturally always had very, very skinny arms where literally all that is here is my bones and then the muscles. Like I never carry any, you will never see, like I have cellulite, like probably most women, but it's like you will never see any excess anything on my arms. It's always, if my body is gonna be storing excess weight, it will be like from the waist down. It has never in my life been my arms. Like I've always had very skinny arms. But the thing is, I feel like because they're so skinny, it makes the muscles just stand out because that's all that's there, really, in addition to the bones. So people are like, oh my God, whoa, Hannah's so fit, look at her arms. And I'm like, you guys, it's not true. It's purely genetics. This is just how they look. Ray says, I'm gonna head out for tonight and try and stay up another hour before passing out for the night. See you next live. Yes, Ray, oh my gosh. I really, really love hearing updates from people who have had like procedures done or who have, you know, health things going on. So thank you for spending all this time tonight, like typing and sharing your updates. And I know you're doing interval sleep. I'm looking forward to the point where you can be getting, you know, huge blocks of sleep, but wishing for the best for you, Ray. Thank you for being here, and I'm excited for you to get back to 100%. So have a great evening, and I will see you tomorrow because that's my next live stream, if you're able to make it. CL Hinton says, good night, Ray. Michael Schultz, I thought my name would highlight in green. I may not have done it right. I mean, no worries, Michael Schultz. Like, you don't have to figure it out right now. I believe because I've joined, I think, one channel as a member before. I don't know about if you're watching on mobile versus a desktop, but if you go to my YouTube channel landing page, there should be a join button, and if you click that button, that'll walk you through, and I don't think it's too complicated. So yeah, but again, no worries. I mean, optional, and if you want to become a member, you don't have to figure it out right this moment, but I appreciate it, Michael. Cam Bro, what would happen if you turned to the Packers? Plot twist, I actually love the Packers. I love so many football teams. I root for all of the Midwestern teams. I was born and raised here in Minneapolis, and I mean, when I was a kid, I was watching like Dante Culpepper and Randy Moss and like the OG Vikings. I saw like when Brett Favre came over to the Vikings and was our QB for a while. But I have been to Lambeau, and I've been to Wisconsin a million times. It's my second favorite state behind Minnesota. And yeah, I think the Packers are cool. I think it's so amazing that the Packers are like the fans own the franchise. And I think it really shows, especially like I remember going to Lambeau, and it was like, you could feel the energy, like the noise, the intensity, the emotions. I just, as a kid, it like made it like makes my hair stand up, because I'm just like, the fans and the whole like vibe is so different, and it's so cool, because the fans are literally invested in their team. So I got no shade for the Packers. I actually love you guys, and I love the state of Wisconsin. So you can call us the Vike Queens, that's okay, but I love you guys. Wyoming, you share the name with her too. Oh wait, hold on. Ray says, thank you, CL. I'll try. LOL, no promises, only 2 hours of sleep. I hope they're a very, very, very deep, wonderful 2 hours of sleep that you're able to get, Ray. Wyoming, now that you mention it, you look like Hannah Hidalgo from Notre Dame's women basketball team. I've never heard of her, but what a name. That's like a celebrity name. Hannah Hidalgo? Let's see. I kind of see it. Her hair is definitely different. I've never had the hair, so I have mixed texture hair. I'm half white, half black. But I feel like I've never had the hair where I would have like cornrows or like a weave. Like I've never had cornrows or a weave, but I love her hair. Hannah Hidalgo. What a name though. So cool. Oh, I love her look. I love like the basketball baddies. Don't mess. Wyoming said you share the name with her too. Yes. Cam Bro, what are the odds that I randomly see you one day? I'm in North Dakota, so it could be decent. probably pretty low. I actually have never been to North Dakota in my whole life. I've been to most of the Midwest. I've been to South Dakota, Iowa, Nebraska, Wisconsin, Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois. I don't think I missed any. Yeah. But I would love to actually go to like the Fargo-Moorhead area. I never get out to that. It's like northwest Minnesota. I'm not near that area of the state. As someone who lives in the Twin Cities, I'm in Minneapolis. So probably not likely Cambro, but I actually would really love to go to North Dakota. I'm just curious to see what it's like there. Ivan Thompson. Wow, Rich. What? I can do 50 military push-ups. Oh my God. To me, see, the thing is, I know I could get to that point. I feel like it's similar, like when I first kind of had the seed planted in my brain of running a marathon, because I was a sprinter and a soccer player growing up. I wanted short bursts of speed and like no distance. So I remember when I first thought like, wow, how on earth am I gonna do 26 miles in a row? Because like 1 mile sounded horrible. So I guess I just have to build up to it. I guess maybe that'll be a fun, I like this. I'm thinking ahead to 2026. It's like, what are my goals for 2026? What do I want to accomplish? I've already put it out there that I really want to hit 100K subs. I'm gonna say that's my goal for 2026 for YouTube. 2026 goals. How about we do, I'm gonna do push-ups. I'm gonna do 50. Oh, this is insane to think about being able to do 50, given that I struggle to complete 5. But I'm gonna say 50 military push-ups. By the end of 2026, I want to be able to do 50 military push-ups in a row. You guys, my arms are actually they'll probably be looking thicker if I'm training for that. Because I feel like they're toned, but they're not like bulky. I feel like my arms will end up looking bulkier if I'm training for 50 push-ups every day. Okay, I love this. I'm impressed, Rich. I never in my life have I been able to do 50 push-ups in a row. So that's wild to me. MChem, thank you. Let's see, we got Andrina Arroyo. Hello, wait, sorry. Yeah, I did say Andrina. I thought for a second it was Adriana. Andrina, equal opportunity offender. That's really, I love that username. That's funny. Cambro, I want to watch a live game there at Lambeau. If you're talking Lambeau, it's an experience. It's such a wonderful experience as a football fan. Whether or not you're rooting for the Packers, I think you just going to that place is so special. TST Phase. Digital prisons. Let's see. Cambro, those are some sick earrings. Thank you. People have pointed out that they actually think there's like kind of a 3D effect when they catch the light. These were a gift from my mom back in September for my birthday. I turned 32 on September 13th, and these were one of my mom's gifts to me for my birthday. Andrina, Cambro, it's desolate for sure. I mean, when you say desolate, do you just mean rural? Because the thing is, I actually really love rural areas. I find them really beautiful. I love farmland. I mean, I've gone road tripping through all of the Midwestern states that I listed, like through Iowa, Nebraska, Wisconsin, heading east to New England. So yeah, some people would say desolate, but I don't know. If it's just like quiet, rural, and like not a lot of homes, lots of farmland, lots of animal, livestock, whatever, I don't mind. I don't mind that landscape. Wow, time is flying on here. Holy moly. CL, yep, don't spam in the chat or you are done. MChem, sure, go for it. Ask away. Cambro, I can do 2 military push-ups. I mean, mine is roughly the same as you. I mean, on a good day, I could do maybe 5. DJ Jam says, hola, Hannah. Cambro, ain't no way you're 32. I thought you were like 25. No, I am 32. I'm a millennial. I was born in 1993. I would say in spirit, I feel like I'm 27, like upper 20s. But no, I'm like a decent way into my 30s at this point. DJ Jam, sorry, I don't know why I'm struggling with that. Long time no see, how have you been? How was your Halloween weekend? JS0317, hello. Back to the Future, yep, heading out, it's midnight for you, yep, and which means it's 11 p.m. for me. Thank you, Back to the Future, such a wonderful mod. G Dang says, go Vikes. I know. How about that game today in Detroit? I was so happy for them. And so happy for JJ McCarthy. Rich is waving to Back to the Future. Cambro, there's a whole lot of nothing. Okay. It's one of those things where I want to see it. And like, I want to see for myself before it's like, I trust what you're saying, like it's desolate, but I feel like desolate can be like, oh, it's like bleak and like just there's nothing to do, which it's not always a negative thing if it's just like open nature and wildlife and serene and quiet and whatever. So it makes me curious to actually just travel. I mean, I want to visit Fargo Moorhead on the border, but also just to kind of like drive around and see different cities. Back to the Future, Hannah and everyone else have a great night. Yes, hope you get great sleep tonight. Back to the Future, thank you so much for being a wonderful mod. Wyoming 200, big biceps coming for Hannah. Well, I would say bigger biceps now I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna commit to this. I wrote this down. 2026 goals. I've been getting close with my splits, but I honestly don't think I'm gonna hit them by the end of this year. We'll see. So I wrote those down as a reminder, but also like 50 military push-ups. That is something I want to accomplish as like a fitness challenge for myself in 2026. I love going into the new year with a list of things in different arenas that you want to accomplish. So this is a fitness goal. These 2 things are fitness goals. And then it's like, I've got a YouTube goal. I'll probably have maybe a couple more for YouTube. I want to read maybe like 6 books total. I don't think I can do a book a month, honestly. I just don't have the time, but yeah, I love when you can come up with different resolutions / goals to knock out in the new year. Cambro, at least we had daylight savings today. MChem says, Hannah, you are a soldier. I've never been a soldier, but I would say I'm persistent and I have some athletic ability. G-Dang 1993 is the year of the rooster for Chinese zodiac. I did not know that. Chris says, you still have that jersey on. I don't know how much longer I can stare at that Vikings jersey. You can always scroll away. No one's forcing you to watch this. Cambro, me personally, I haven't been to the Fargo area, but it's real flat. Okay. CL Hinton 93 is the year I went vegan. Yes, I love it. Cambro says 26-inch biceps for sure. That would be crazy. I cannot picture that on my frame. Scarface is here. Hello, good to see you. Rich says, I have that goal done today. 50 push-ups. Dang. Cambro, my goal for the end of 2026 is being able to hit a home run on an MLB-size field. I like that goal. I don't think I'll ever have that goal or accomplish that goal. But that's a very unique one. Oh, they're showing the Vikings. Yes. JJ McCarthy. Oh my God, he's so precious. Let's see. Kimbro, G-Dang, wood bat or metal? That's a good question for Cambro. Wyoming. You could always make your biceps grow by kissing them, right? No. If only I could, but no. So Cambro is going to use wood to hit the baseball out of the MLB-sized stadium. I like it. Cambro says, G-Dang, I can already hit 320 with metal, but I hope to buy a wood bat soon. 3 Excalibur is from Australia. Oi, oi, oi. How are you down under? How's your summer? You're heading into summer, right? Doing good. Cambro, no. So I'm not eating corn. I'm eating the very last bit of dinner that I plated up for myself. So I did a little bit of meal prep earlier today, and I made a classic dish, a classic meal. I eat it almost every single day of the week. It's curry tofu scramble. So that's like the yellow pieces you see. So that's like almost pure protein. And then the kind of little grainy pieces, they look like couscous. Not the yellow bits, but more of like the starchy part. Those little pearly looking pieces of, they almost look like rice or couscous. It's quinoa. So I'm eating tofu scramble with quinoa, and then I put some sriracha hot sauce on top. So if you see little bits of red, that's what the red is. Oops. Excalibur, nope, I'm not eating corn. I don't really eat that much corn, to be honest, except popcorn. Rich says, Ken Patera used to kiss his biceps. That was his trademark. Former pro wrestler. That is funny. I love that. Cool, mate. Curry tofu scrambled, nice. Low-key Gracie, I do not own a guitar. I don't think I ever have. Excuse me. Danny, hello. M. Chem, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm watching Tony Dungy and Chris Collinworth's kid and this third commentator, I don't know. But I'm watching these 3 commentators kind of doing the weekend recap of all the games, NFL games. Ooh, here we go. The Jacksonville Jaguars, I think this was the record-setting field goal. 68 yards, I think. I didn't catch it. Oh yeah, 68-yard field goal, longest in NFL history. Ooh, that's so cool. Wow. Well done. Well done. Cam Little. We were saying this earlier, I didn't catch his name, but yeah, Cam Little set the NFL record for longest field goal. Excalibur quinoa, not gonna lie, I don't know what quinoa is, nor have I tasted it. It's like a similar starchy grain, like rice. It's like, what I like to do is put quinoa kind of at the base of my plate and then load up all the toppings like tofu, like a veggie hash, put on some sauce, put on, roasted broccoli or cauliflower, just kind of pile on the plate and then have the quinoa as my starchy base at the bottom. G-Dang, yes, I do play, currently I'm not practicing, but I grew up playing piano and violin and clarinet. Cosborn is here. Hello. Cambro, isn't it crazy? Kids born in 2007 are gonna be 18 this year. Any person I see with a birth year in the year 2000 and something, I'm like, oh my God, I cannot believe this. CL Hinton, yep, quinoa. Cambro, there are so many Cams in football. It's weird. This is true. I wonder if it's, there's just a bunch of Camerons and they shorten it to Cam. Excalibur, it's pronounced quinoa. Yep, that's how you spell quinoa. Cam Little's kick would have been from 70 plus, cleared the bar by a lot. That's wild. That is such a long way to kick the football and aim it properly so that it goes through the sticks. Oh my God. Amazing. Reginald Welkin. Hello, Reginald. I usually enjoy it when I have it. Honestly, it's super easy to make. It's packed with protein. It's a wonderful source of plant-based protein. I think it's such a great food. I eat so much quinoa. I don't think it's that expensive. I can make it in 15 minutes, like a huge batch of quinoa. So highly recommend it. It's one of my all-time favorite foods, and I eat it every single day. CL Hinton, Cambro, we are closer to 2050 than 1999. No, don't say that. Don't say that. Oh man, crazy world. Why would you drop that on me, right? It's so weird to think of it like that. You're like, what? Absolutely insane. That's a good question, Reginald Wilkin. I've never owned a rice cooker in my life, so I don't have the answer. I'm guessing yes. I'm guessing if you looked it up on YouTube, you could probably find people cooking quinoa in a rice cooker. I know you can cook a bunch of other things in a rice cooker, but I don't know from experience. I don't know if you can. Cambro facts, unfortunately, yes. Truth hurts. Reality can be shocking. G-Dang says, yes, you can. Okay. That was my suspicion. But yeah, I need to buy a rice cooker first. All right, guys. I've been on here now for almost 3 hours. That was really fast. I'm going to get going because I do have work tomorrow. I do feel wide awake, though, because I took a 4-hour nap, so we'll see what happens. Brian V says, Skull, yes. Vikings did so good today. I'm so happy for them. What a great game of football. So happy for them. I want to remind you all that my next live stream is tomorrow night, which is Monday, at 8 p.m. Central Time, USA. So I will be going live tomorrow night. I'll be back again very soon. This will be the end of Halloween decor season. I don't plan on having any of this stuff starting tomorrow, so Cornelius is gonna go back in the cupboard and this will go back in my Halloween bin. Reginald says, I've been watching this time travel show called The Way Home. I've heard of it, yeah. It's weird because they travel back to 1999. Oh man, the nostalgia hits. Cambro, random question because I can't think of anything else. Is your hair curly or straight? If curly, what do you do so it behaves? My hair is curly. And I have this wonderful hair product called Love Your Curls. And it's a styling cream that I use to both detangle and style my hair. And this is my go-to hairstyle because I can make it the fastest. It's tidy. I wear my hair to work like this because I have a more formal office environment. But yes, Love Your Curls is the styling cream / hair care product that I swear by. Great question, Cambro. MChem, what's the best thing you ate ever? Oh, I don't know. I mean, my favorite food, let's lean on just that side of things. My favorite food is Ethiopian food. It's probably just going to my favorite Ethiopian restaurant here in Minneapolis called Bole. Bye, Rich. G-Dang. Peace and joy, CL. Good night, Hannah. So good to see you, CL. I love seeing you come through. I hope you all have a wonderful day / night wherever you are. Yep, same to you. Guta Kowalski, I like your hair both ways. I'll wear my hair down eventually. But yeah, I almost always have it like this just for the sake of time. M Chem, thank you so much. Sound Delight. I have been to Canada a couple of times and I absolutely love it up there. And I dream of having property in Canada actually one day. And I'm very close to Canada. I live in Minnesota and we share a border with Canada. I love the cold. I love the winter. I love the whole landscape. So Canada just feels like northern Minnesota, or you could say that Minnesota is southern Canada, because I feel like generally the vibe, the people, the culture, the climate is so similar. Yeah, so that's it for tonight. Hopefully you all saw my message. Reminder that my next live stream is tomorrow night, which is Monday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. Yes, Canada flags. I knew you would send those, Rich. Cambro beef sirloin steaks, definitely delicious. You should try it at least once. Oh, I was an omnivore from age 0 to 18, so I've literally eaten like everything except maybe like weird organ meats. I've definitely had beef sirloin, and I remember loving steak. So I will not quarrel with you on tasty steaks. I know they're tasty, I just don't eat them anymore. Peace and joy, Kanisha, doing good. I'm about to head out actually. Who is this lady? I wanted to say thank you to my wonderful mods. I saw CL Hinton here and Back to the Future. I believe those were the 2 mods for the night. I wanted to say thank you to, oh my goodness. We had gifts from Reaper, Ernest Grass, and Joe Sensei. We had Too Evil to Hope become a member of the channel, which is so exciting. Oh, members. And thank you so much to all of my, all of my channel members. Thank you very much for being channel members. And then we had super chats from Matthew Clark, Gianna Forever, and Wyoming. And Wyoming, I see you just gave another $2 or €2? Pound? I'm questioning myself. I think that's a euro. Super chat. Gotta go now. Second ticket to the gun show. Mwah, mwah. In honor of my 2026 goal of doing 50 military push-ups in a row. Let's get the gun show going, shall we? Hope you feel better, Kanisha. Thank you everybody for being here. This has been so fun tonight. And I will see you all tomorrow night, Monday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. Imagine having money. No, Cambro. No, just switch up your thinking and be like, money is coming to me. Bye, Cambro. Great chatting with you. One day I will make it to North Dakota, and I look forward to seeing what it's like there. So take care, everybody. Have a great night. Hope you all had a wonderful Halloween weekend. And Guta Kowalski, Kanisha, thank you both so much. I will see you guys tomorrow night at 8